Okay. Hello, people of the future.
Hi, future people.
Boy, oh boy, have we got a full house this evening.
For real.
Am I going to be... Do they recommend my... They do recommend my videos to me. That's good.
Helpful.
And they do recommend... Okay. And here, as soon as I get a chat, we'll do a pop-out chat.
Oh, why is it so sticky? Good job.
Rue is involved. Hello, Ron Sheps, Micro Halloween, Ken Zarish, Stanley S., John C., Michelle Schulte, Scuba Steve, Ella's Fire, Ezekiel Bradshaw, DM Cash, Poison Sumac, Lincook Thor, Jamie Thaxton, Head Static, Robert White, Chad Smith, Jeff Leach, Philly G, Lindy Bito, Rachel Powell, Vader Mods. Haven't seen you on in a while, Vader Mods. Welcome back. And I'm sorry that David Prowse died. You have my condolences. Because Vader is in your name, so I assume that you're related. Jordan Bunce, hello. Jeremiah Dempsey, Al Matra Art, Line Cook Thor 2006, Jamie Thaxton, Aaron Iverson, haven't seen you on in a while either. Nate Slankard, Kervin Driscoll, Kalisha F. You are early. You got here just in time. Susie Gardner, hello. Jack Mania 77, Gregory Haynes, Michael J. Lassiter, Suzette Bradley, and Brooke E. Hello. Okay, that was quite a bit. Oh, and the low. We just got to the low. Now, oh no, the wrong button. I have the button today.
Hello, creeper.
Oh, hi, y'all.
All right.
48 minutes ago. Any chance of having a live tonight? Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're going live. We're live. Today's been a day, guys. Yesterday was also a day.
Hi, Robert White.
Yesterday, I could not summon enough positive and energy. I had a friend pass, and I could not summon enough positivity and energy to feel like I was going to do a good live for you, so I did not.
Larry Hughes says good evening. Mr. Rosette says good evening.
And since Sundays are not promised, I didn't feel bad about not doing anything.
Alicia F. says yes, we have.
But tonight is promised, so here it is.
Blanket Thor and my mom say sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I am later than I wanted to be because I was also interviewed by the Big Scary Show, which is a haunted house podcast, and we finished that interview, and now here I am.
James Bennett says hi, Ellen. How are you tonight?
Hello, James. I am good.
Ron Sheff says my condolences. Aaron Iverson says sorry to hear that. Chris Rosette says I'm so very sorry for your loss.
You know what? He was a very good friend, but he's one of those friends that I didn't see a lot anymore. He was my roommate for 3 years, and we were very good buddies. Played D&D together. We worked together at Terror on Church Street first. Then we worked together at Skull Kingdom. Very much a brother in arms. Loved a lot of the same things that I loved. I have a partner that I do the Monster Museum with named Dan Caro, and Dan lives in Florida, and I live here. And in Florida, Jim and Dan did some Monster Hunter stuff together, which was fun. I didn't see him a lot or talk to him a lot. So it's like, I know that there's a light out in a room that I'm not going to be in. And it just bothers me that that light is out. Yeah. But the monsters do not make themselves.
John King says sorry, Alan. Poison C. Max says sympathy for you and his family. Gregory King says still very sorry for your loss, Alan. Felicia F. says great analogy. JLR says hello, Alan, and everything.
Hello. All right, we're going to move the other side here, and I'm going to do an icicle beer. Because Jack Frost stuff. Just Jack Frost things.
Pet Static says sorry to hear about your loss. It has been a horrible year. I hope you remember all the good and keep that light on in the room inside your heart.
You know what? There's a lot of negative that happened with 2020, but there's also a lot of positive. There really is, and I think that gets overshadowed by all of the negative. There's some people who just things haven't changed. You know what I mean? Like their life did not change or alter course because of COVID and how they lived their life to begin with. For many people, it did, and I'm one of the ones where everything that defined my year was canceled. The Trans World Show, the Ren Fair, where I make money, the Haunted House, every show that we do. But there's also been a lot of positives. We've really grown the community here, which is a wonderful thing, I think. It allowed me to restart YouTube Wednesday, which is something that I love doing.
Rob O'Brien says, hey Stacy, good to see and hear you tonight.
Stan, say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera.
We have a Stan, we have a Stacy, and we have a Rue who's over here scrubbing his arms. He's got the monkey itch.
Yeah,
So
Ron Shetz asked, is that a snowman ball?
that is a snowman ball. And we'll be finishing up that snowman tonight. It is today. Today has been the saga of the snowmen.
yeah.
Kelly Chef says 2020 also brought a bit of freedom for many.
It did. Like, how many people are going to still work from home, you know?
Chad Smith says the Jack Frost seems to be pretty popular this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Suzette Bradley says sending hugs your way, sorry for your loss. Alicia F says Stan the man. We'll have to ask him about the socks when he gets back.
Yeah, I don't know if he has it. This is
pretty
cold
socks.
for Texas, so I don't know if we're actually going to have any fabulous Stan socks today.
Michelle Schulte says, oh, I love the coloring on this one. It seems more blue.
More blue. It's as blue as the last one. These two I did a little bit differently than I have done them in the past, which is a no-no in the mask making world because people want consistency, and I should be sending them exactly what they bought on the website. But
How are the socks?
if they know me,
These are plain Jane white schoolboy socks.
Lots of folks saying hi, Stan.
Hey y'all.
Captain Marcus says shop help. Hello all. Lunchettes. Hi, Stan. Stay tuned.
wow, she just called you guys the help. You gonna stand for that?
We are.
Oh, okay.
Babyface Rue.
Babyface Rue.
And
I'm-
shop monkey.
My beard is coming back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
I'm putting suggestion Harpy on my business cards. John C says, hey Rue. Brian says, hi Rue. Welcome back. Cora Beauty says, hey fellow creepers and Alan and company. Christmas Monster Madness. Yeah. Michael Esther says, about time Rue does something.
Yeah.
Cora Beauty says, hi Stacy.
MJ.
Hi Cora Beauty. JLR says, I missed the start of the video, but by reading the comments, you lost someone. Very sorry to hear.
I did. I lost a friend who I've known for 25, well, since 1995 we met. And there was at Terror on Church Street, which was a year-round haunted house in Orlando, and that was my first job after I graduated high school. I graduated high school, and a number of days later, drove to Orlando from Baltimore on a moped. Basically, it wasn't actually a moped; it was a Honda scooter, E-Lite 50. Highly recommend those. I don't think they make them anymore. To work at Terror on Church Street. And Jim worked at Terror on Church Street with me, and he was a talker, and I was a monster. So we got paired together quite a bit, and he was Dr. Jekyll. Boy, what was that? There was a spot at the bottom of the stairs where you explain that there's been like a chemical spill or whatever, and then the next one is Jekyll. I was in what they called Jekyll, which was Jekyll and Hyde, and it was kind of a transformation chamber where you thrash in a chair, but toxic. They called it toxic. Toxic was at the bottom of the steps, and Jim was my toxic, and I was Jekyll quite a bit.
Mom says we now entertain in our barn in terms of COVID changes.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Jeff Lee says cold for Texas. LOL. 25 here right now.
Well, it's like, Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 39 degrees Fahrenheit.
39 degrees.
Expect a low of 28 degrees.
Low of 28. What state are we in? State of madness.
Scott Collard says sorry for your loss. Horror Beauty says Terror on Church Street was great. Miss it.
You know what? I fell in love with that show. Me and my friend Joe McHugh, who... so I used to date his little sister, like in middle school. And then her and I, no longer friends, obviously. That's how that goes. But he and I just became great friends, and we're still friends to this day.
Those middle school ones end hard.
And when I was 17 and Joe was 18, we drove from Maryland in his parents' Nissan Maxima. We drove from Baltimore, Maryland, basically, to Bastrop, Texas, to Orlando, and then back up to Maryland. It was kind of like a summer trip. And Joe was so baby-faced that every time we stopped to get a hotel room, I had to say that I was the dad. And that Joe, I was a year younger than him, but I've always looked like 35, okay? Like, at 15, I looked about 35. So, yeah. But anyway, when we were in Orlando, that's when I first found Terror on Church Street. And I went through, and it was the summer of 1994. And I went through, and I got an application, and started a dialogue with them. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm moving to Orlando. And they said, okay, you have to do an audition. So I saved my money. I flew down. I did the audition, flew back, and then, got my stuff and graduated high school and moved to Orlando.
Congratulations to Chad Smith. And he said, Alan sold my first door sniffer. Pretty pumped about it.
That's awesome. I talk about your door sniffer quite a bit, my friend. So I've been telling some folks.
David Quintana says hello, Alan and Stacy. Lisa Arndt says good evening. James Kelly says hello all.
Hello, James Kelly.
Jeff Leach says, wow, crazy. Ron Sheff says 62 in New York City.
62.
New York City.
That sounds nice.
Or Beatty says, sorry for his loss, Alan. My thoughts are with you. Paul Bennett says, just transition to computer. I don't know if that's a
He probably was watching on his phone before.
possibly. Kelly Shaft, it's 30 and snowing all day in Detroit.
Wow. Yeah, but Detroit. I don't expect warm things out of Detroit. Like, that's Michigan,
Michael Astor says it's 32 and snowing here.
You knew what you were getting into when you were born there.
Test my glass says, Alan, is that just clear silicone you're using for ice?
No, technically, it's not clear silicone. This is a flexible purpose waterproof sealant. Basically, it's like Lexel, but this is the ultra clear gutter sealant. This is very similar to Lexel, but this is the DAP flexible sealant.
Justin Hill asked, who was most influential in teaching you about haunted houses? And while you think about that, thank you, Scott Colhart, for dropping the donation link.
Thank you, Scott Colhart. Appreciate that, sir. So, who was the most influential in teaching about haunted houses? I was very lucky because I kind of came up in that boom. There was David Clevenger, who was the director of Terror on Church Street. I mean, that was a big influence because it was a really well-directed show, which is kind of rare. Hate to say that, but it is. A lot of shows just kind of happen, regardless of direction. And but he had his finger on everything. And I learned a lot from him. And then at that point in time, the industry was coming about as haunted houses as an industry. That was like a new thing that was happening. So we had Fright Times magazine. That was a big influence on me. We had Haunted Attraction magazine back then. All of those were big. And the Fright World, Fright Kingdom forums, I was on those a lot. Just luckily I came up with the internet, around the same time.
Paul Bennett says, sorry, Alan, my condolences. Or he says, hope you get better soon, okay? If you're doing well, if you're above ground.
Yes.
Scott Quinn says, hey, Alan and crew, mask is looking great.
Thanks.
Paul Bennett says, hello, Stacy. Hello, Paul.
Hello. Me you're looking for.
Ted Static says 31, been snowing all day here in Ohio also.
Wow. That way.
Alex Orozco says greetings from East Los Angeles. Andy Newman says, hey everybody.
Hello, East LA. Hello, Andy Newman.
Hi, Andy.
Or he says, try looking younger than you are. It tells you sweetie, pats you on the head and tells you when you get older.
So I went from looking 12 to looking 35. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's how my life went. It was Christmas when I was 12. I got a razor. Like, do something about that. I had the best beard in middle school. That's including against the teachers. So, yeah.
Chad Smith says, thanks, Alan. I appreciate that.
I was kicked out of my middle school once because that was when they first started policemen work in middle schools, and the policeman said, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Well, I was just going to." They're like, "Get out! High schoolers can't come here," and he kicked me off property. I'm like, "Okay, just remember me. Remember you did this," and he thought I was like threatening him. But no, the next day when I came in, they're like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "Well, I was kicked out." What do you mean? And I told them, and they called the officer into the principal's office because that's where I was, and he comes in. He goes, "He's here again. I kicked him out yesterday." I'm like, "Case closed." They're like, they had to explain. No, he just looks like he's 30.
Ezekiel says it's 90 here. Send me snow.
Snow, snow, snow.
Scott Kohler says it's 21 here.
Wow. Now see, this stuff is a little thicker. I actually think this is pulling better for icicles.
It also is pretty cold.
Yeah, it's probably more chilled too. That's got a lot to do with it.
Felicia from Detroit says, exactly, it's my fault for being born here.
Yeah.
Weekend in Texas, in the Houston area, and loved it.
How dare you?
Enigma says, hello all.
Hello, Enigma.
And Enigma also says, hey Stacey, good to see you. Good to see you too. Or good to read your comments. Jay Carrillo says, was on the Stilby's website earlier and saw your sculpting tools, stand and head. Do you have a recommended starter pack or suggestion for clay and materials for production?
So I prefer wet clay. That's what I like. I don't have a starter pack put together yet, but it would be the head form for the half mask. I think you should get started on half mask. That's the way to go. It's a one-piece mold, so it's way easier than trying to start making a two-piece mask mold. And hang on, I'm watching my dog, who doesn't know I'm watching him. I don't mind him sniffing. I want to check his behavior.
He's already been warned off
He's
of that
sniffing.
a couple of times tonight.
He's like, hey, what's up there? He's looking at where our food
Cheese
is.
and sausage, that's what's up there.
So, what was I talking about?
Not a dang thing.
I was. You asked me a question?
I asked you a question.
Oh, starter pack.
Starter pack, yes. Wet clay.
I wet clay, and aside from the tools I sell, go to Ken's Tools, get some good rakes, and get a good loop tool. I don't like a lot of the mask making kits that are out there because they come with a lot of stuff that you just won't use.
William Lockwood says, the crazy things you come up with is amazing. Keep up the good work. I like watching it. You've got a thumbs up here.
Hey, thank you. That's very kind.
Zeppel Sin says, amazing work.
Hey, thanks. We're making monsters.
Corby says, what is that clear stuff, not the normal Lexel?
It is. It's very similar to Lexel. This is just the DAP version. This is a DAP crystal clear gutter sealant.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for the link. Headstatic says, I have a very similar story. I was already over 6 foot and had a beard in middle school as well. Also was escorted out.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that fun?
Larry Hughes says, 34 here, feels like 25, had our first snow.
Wow.
Rob O'Brien, and I'm back. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Horror Beauty says, hey Alan, what costume would you put with this Jack Frost?
Well, that's a great question. Like a blue Santa suit would not be bad with this. We did like a silver like dance suit, like a full silver suit, and then we made a blue tabard with it, and we did gloves with white fur cuffs. We've actually used Jack Frost quite a bit at Dark Hour for their characters. Sort of where I started doing this style of mask from was at Dark Hour. So, yeah, I like to dress them in silver, like a leotard bodysuit type. It could be Under Armour, that comes in silver. And then some white fur and some blue or gray fabric accents.
Paul Bennett says, Rue have a giant snowball.
He does, yes.
Ken Zarice says, hey Alan, I went back on the live feed about your friend. I give my condolences.
Thank you very kindly.
John Hall says, hi. Jay Carrillo says, awesome info regarding starter pack. Alan, thank you.
I'm happy to help.
Lisa Arm says almost sparkle time.
It is sparkle time. I'm going for sparkles right now.
Ezekiel says, good to see Rue recovered from being eaten at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, it was just a small face hugger that was the problem. Yeah.
Enigma asks, what is attaching the elastic straps to the latex latex?
Rivets. Double cap rivet is what it is. And I attach them with a set of pliers. You can see that rivet right there. See that round bit? That's a rivet.
William Lockwood says it looks like it needs a frozen booger.
No, it doesn't.
Rob O'Brien says blue fantasy would be wonderful. John
Yeah.
C says the dogs are one, but have looked 4 since they were 7 months old.
Right. Yeah, they're big dogs.
Corby says they make blue Santa suits.
They do. They do.
Chad Smith says, you mentioned being interviewed for the Big Scary Show. Where can I listen to that podcast? I've looked for it, but haven't found where to listen.
I think it's coming out Saturday, and if you are a member on the Creepers page, we will make sure we share a link on the Creepers page. They're very good about tagging me when they launch it. So yeah.
Grumpy Creations asks, are there hot glues that harden crystal clear?
There are not. Like even if this stuff gets too hot, it'll go cloudy. If I let this stuff freeze, it'll go cloudy. So you have to keep this at a good temperature for a while those properties lock in. But yeah, I have not found one yet. And I buy a lot of different hot glues just to experiment, you know.
Thank you, Scott Kohler, for the Ken's Tools link.
Yeah,
Joe Reese
those are really good.
said, I made my first 2-piece mold last night. I mixed green dental stone into the ultracal and it came out good. And the dental stone seemed to strengthen the ultracal.
Yep, that is why you would mix in like a Daikin green with your ultracal. For what I do, I don't feel it's necessary, but you can. They do, one of the Stan Winston molding videos recommends that technique. It works. It doesn't hurt it, so go ahead.
Mr. Mitch says, amazing talent. Thank you for sharing your skills.
Thank you. You know what? It's not talent. You see the results of lots and lots of trial and error. Much more so than talent, in my opinion.
Riot Demon says, hello everyone. Hope I didn't miss too much.
It's a riot demon. Throw back a bottle of beer. It's a riot demon. Run a comb to your cold black hair.
Grumpy Creation says, okay, thank you. Brooke E says, this is kind of a dumb question, but I was thinking of decorating a phone case. I don't want to use hot glue as it's not crystal clear. Would the stuff you use for icicles work for something like that?
Yes, it would. There's going to be a period of time where it's setting up where you don't want to disturb it per se. But yes.
I like, there's a gal I follow on Instagram who makes Decadent cases, and she pipes in silicone mixed in with like mica powders,
Yeah.
and then like arranges little cute tchotchkes in it. They're beautiful. Mike Murphy says, hello, maker of monsters.
Hello, Mike Murphy.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Scott Colhart, for listing our tea spring.
Zombie Snail shirt is not up yet, but I'm working on the Zombie Snail shirt, and it's going to be up soon. I might pawn that off on Stan, who is here. I don't know if Stan is going to have some free computer time. So I have a Zombie Snail shirt design started that I just need to finish up and I guess write Zombie Snail on it or something snazzy.
Save in the drive, or do I need to let it in here?
It's in the shirts folder on the desktop. We'll have to get on the computer.
Know Your Joe asks, why did you rotate the caulking gun between squeezes?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. I meant to bring it up, but I forgot. Let me sprinkle some magic dust on this.
Alicia F says, smash the like button.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thumbs up.
So, how do we change our method on those things?
You got to cut holes.
Now I put it.
Now you cut the holes. All right. So why I flip the gun. When I make an icicle and I drag it off part of it is here. And if I just flip the gun over, then I can go up with this one and have a nice tail already. As opposed to having an icicle bottom at the icicle top, I can have that tapered end work for me. So every other one I flip it over, because when I go up this way, I don't have an icicle end. Does that make sense? It's when I pull it away, it makes that little tail. And I want to use that. Use your tail, kids.
Also useful for monkeys.
For what?
Monkeys.
Monkeys?
Monkey tails?
It's your tail.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna have some monkeys fall.
Drew has a small child, and sometimes he forgets how to talk to adults.
And sometimes he's just.
I made this. And I put a hair in it.
All right, John Hall asked, what is your preferred method for horns? Foam stacked cups or another?
EVA foam. Like last one? 2 Wednesdays ago, I did a video called EVA foam horns. That is my preferred method, without doubt.
Carissa Burkhalter says, Mom says hi.
Hi!
Maura Beauty says, that's why you were going up. Got it. No, your
Yes.
says, nice technique. Thanks, I learned something.
If
cool."
you see this, now I don't want this on top, so I flip it over now, and that's the bottom. And then when I go up, that will pinch off, and it won't really leave a tail. So I don't have a tail anymore. So now the next one I drag down, and I'll have a tail. Now, but I've got a tail on this side too. So I flip that over, and I use those as the end of my icicles.
Riot Demon asked, why do you switch between the GE and the Lexel?
Because I did not find Lexel at Home Depot. This was all that they had, so this is what I bought.
Alicia F says, at least he's not singing Caillou songs all day long.
How do you?
It's a kid show. A really insufferable kid show.
Oh.
Oh, Gray Hawkins
I
says,
cannot
hello.
deal with.
Hello, Gray Hawkins.
Hey, Greg.
Andy Newman says, nope, that was just him.
Okay.
Holly Lenore says, please tell me that the shirt will make them grah, grah, grr noise.
Well, the shirt won't make, but you're free to make the noise in the shirt. Like if you get the shirt, you have to, whenever you see someone read Zombie Snail, you go,
Jack269 says, hurry, HIRRRYY, hurry.
hooray.
Ivan Kia says, is Ghoul Hectic in the room?
He is not. He is not here. We have a very full house, but not a completely full house. I believe he's very busy today doing pirate stuff.
Yeah. Andy Newman says, although Cash just said to congratulate Rue on actually making a funny joke.
I didn't think it was funny. He'll get no encouragement from me. Thank you very much.
Oh, Jack269 says, hi, I was speaking zombie.
Oh, okay. Her. Okay. That makes way more sense, oddly enough.
Great. Love your hair, Stace. Thanks. I had it in a bun, and I took it out of the bun and did this.
I haven't had my hair in a bun in a very long time.
You're getting close. Tony's getting close. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Your hair,
I'm like, you want a ponytail? He's like, no.
how fast your hair grows. Considering I'm like trying to grow my hair out, not even trying.
No.
I've been trying for 20 years.
Well, Stan.
It's not panning out.
You're really not good at it.
So bad at growing my hair.
Cat Swift says, I thought you were not going to be on tonight. A field trip of some sort?
We're on. I'm on.
Surprise!
Yeah, did I say I wasn't going to be on tonight? Tonight's a regular night. Tomorrow, no, because tomorrow is Tuesday. And I have to shoot a YouTube Wednesday. I wonder what I'm going to do. I have so many ideas.
So many JLR asks, can the icicles be painted after they're dry?
Well, yes, but I really like clear icicles. Like, what color do you want your icicles to be? Like, in my brain, like icicles are clear. Like, you're done.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for sharing the EVA foam horns video.
Thanks, Scott. That guy is darn handy.
He is. Jack269 says, happy Christmas.
Wow, you're ambitious. Thank you. Although Christmas vomited all over my house already. My wife has 3 trees up, but this is a year where we want to kind of force a little bit of cheer, I think. And having some lights, I think, is not a bad way to do it. So I fully endorse all the Christmas decorating. I have a wonderful Salacious Crumb that I got from Erie Erie Productions. And Salacious Crumb has a Christmas hat and a scarf on already.
Felicia F says that was an aggressive yes.
So does the COVID monkey that
Yeah.
I might make. He has a
Christmas
he has
gear
a
on.
Christmas hat and scarf on.
Ron Chef says no yellow icicles.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just one yellow icicle. No. Grumpy Creation says I love the inbred Santa. Creepy.
Thank you. It's okay to love your inbred Santa, just don't love your inbred Santa.
Harvey says Jack Cole would be cool. Black icicles would be cool.
Yes, and you could do that because they do have black silicone caulk.
Jack269 says I don't like Christmas that much. It's so depressing.
I guess it can be, and it all depends on your mindset, and a lot of it is how it was framed for you when you were younger and whatnot.
Does the black icicles, does the black caulking set matte or is it shiny?
If silicone sets out in the air like this, then it's going to be shiny. If it sets up against something, like if you put it on a table, you flip it over, that side is matte. So it would be shiny.
Mike Trzynowski says, how are you going to put those noises on a shirt? He's just going to mash the keyboard. Zombie snail. Grumpy Creation says, inbred Santa needs some love too. Come on. That's
No.
what his sister is for.
You're not creative. Go with ant. Okay, or sister ant,
Her sister.
or grandma cousin.
On the same lines as Uncle Daddy, yeah. Which says we need a push button on the shirt to make the noise.
Did you do enough on this snowman where I'm just going to sweep in and steal your glory, Stacy?
Possibly.
Hooray!
Or you're going to discover that I've screwed and you'll be 3 for 3 tonight.
Don't tell them that, because then they run with it. And
David Quintana says the zombies
I
are on
don't need.
time.
I don't need the
Lisa
bed.
Hart says
Well,
Frost
you-
is very close to the edge.
Living on the edge. Well, he is. I'll move him off the table actually.
Jack269 says it's really cold, really cold. It's 20 where I live.
Wow. And Rue, I do the gussets differently now.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know how, but I know they're different. So that's. Once I get there.
I cut. Come here, Rue. I want to show you, and I'll tell these fine people as well. As if they asked or care about snowman gussets.
Snowman and gussets. Hi everybody.
Ken Beatty at Brett Kennedy says 49 here, and I thought that was cold. You win, Jack.
Okay.
Because this inbred Santa might get some PC through that beard.
Yes.
Technicolor burps.
Yeah.
So you take your hole that you cut out of the foam, and you cut a ring out of this fabric, which is about 4 inches wide. Of course, don't cut that,
Yeah.
but you use this as your template, kind of. And then you hot glue this gusset in. And the way you do that is you'll fold it up this way, and then you can glue on this quarter and put it on. And then unfold that half and glue this half down. And then you unfold the rest of it. And make sense? I do that for the arms, the head, the waist, and the feet.
The chef says, snowman
Okay.
gusset time.
And then cut this out at the end.
No, just cut this out. Have this cut out.
Okay.
Just cut a ring. You'll cut a
Yep.
ring. Here's this bit of fabric, but there's a whole roll of that in the other room.
All right.
Pat Swift says, hi Rue, how are you doing?
I good.
John C
Okay,
says,
that's
thanks
good.
for the icicle beard. Now he can buy frozen daiquiris without being carded.
That's right.
I had a nice trip to Minnesota. I'm back.
So I'm not saying that you screwed this up.
I kind of screwed it up.
I don't think so. We'll find out together. It's a mystery.
There's some little patchy bits. I was trying to avoid using the heat gun as much as possible on it because as it turns out when I was cutting the darts in it, it was shrinking.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh no! Jack choose your plans is one of the plans for next YouTube Wednesday.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Black Trick Doors is hashtag zombie snail.
And I'm half what?
Hashtag zombie snail.
Hashtag zombie snail.
Ken's Reese says okay, Kobo.
So that whistling refrain, that is called the murder whistle. And I don't think it's been used in film aside from someone who's done some murdering.
What else?
Jack choose your plans is have you ever made a death whistle?
Oh yeah. So I started making and selling death whistles, and then I found out that a friend of mine, Neil Goldsmith, also made and sold death whistles. And I said, hey, instead of fighting, why don't I just sell your death whistles? So I sell death whistles that Neil makes.
Ezekiel asked, does Stan have sexy socks on?
Very good.
Not nice.
No, because it is 29 degrees outside.
Grumpy Creation says there's no screw ups, so there's happy accidents.
That's not true.
Except for when there's screw ups. Cora Green says, what I miss about murder whistles?
That is called the murder whistle, and it is only used on screen by people who have done murdering.
Ray Hawkins asked, what do you do to the fluff?
I'm making it not fluff. I'm making it into snow. So see how that's more like a snowman texture now? That's what we want.
Cat Swift says, how hot is that heat gun with melting polymer?
Oh,
Huh.
it says that these guys will go to, well, it doesn't say. And because of not so strict Chinese safety tolerances, I assume this 1500 watt heat gun will get to about 850 degrees Fahrenheit.
Grumpy Creation says, that's what Bob says. No, you're Joe says, I just have to wait for a second. You sell Aztec death whistles?
I do. At trade shows. I don't have them on my website, but I do have them at my trade show booth. I guess I could put them on the website.
Felicia F says, what have you do to whistle? My dog looks up and growls.
Sorry.
Richard Powell says, 31 was amazing here, and all my snow went east of me, which made a very sad frequent. I wanted snow.
Yeah, just cold with no snow. You got ripped off.
Cat Swift says, and you still touch it on your hand.
Of course I do.
Or do you say, so only murderers usually whistle?
Yes.
That is crazy. Like pickpocketers, pocket pickers in England. That's why it's, that is why it is banned in most stores there.
Look up the murder whistle, and it's a movie thing. They use it. The murderers whistle that refrain in movies. I don't know.
Big piles of driving the school bus in the snow is so much fun.
I can only imagine.
You know, have like really soggy kids who are like, it snowed and we should have got the snow day, but really allowed on the bus. Jack 26 says it snowed everywhere but where I live.
That and school buses are all rear-wheel drive, really long. Yeah. I can imagine fishtailing the school bus. Probably not.
I bet it's awesome. One day when I own a school bus, I'm doing donuts in a parking lot. So, like, 1 out of every 10 hairs on the fur is like a super hair, and it says, "Ha ha! I resist your heat treatment."
Cat Swift says, I can't find blanks for Jack Frost or elves on the website. Am I just having rain burn?
They're not there yet.
Kathy Coleman says, wish it snowed here. We had tornado watches in the mornings here all day. So if somebody wanted a elf or Jack Frost
You could message me, but the problem is that I don't have enough time to take pictures of them. And that sounds ridiculous, but elves or something, it's no one buys an elf. It's like, I need 16 elves. Okay, because they're mostly for haunted houses who are building a show. So I sell a lot of elves.
Rachel Powell says, I have fishtailed on my school bus. It was amazing. And it wasn't even in snow, but a 9-ton battering ram on wheels slides like a mother down hills.
Hooray!
Jack
You just became my new hero.
Jack269 says, I think you should sell death whistles on your website.
Okay.
I think he means whistles. You said death missiles. We shouldn't sell those on the website. That would be bad.
Death what? Missiles?
Missiles?
Death missiles.
Chris Burkhalter says, we at Dark Chambers, your tips helped a lot.
Hooray!
Cat Swift says, I don't want them until after the holidays. Will you have them by then?
The death whistles?
What?
Probably. Yes, I probably will.
So what's the verdict?
What's the question?
Okay. More or less.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Alright.
It's fine, man.
Jack 269, too stupid autocorrect. Didn't mean whistles.
Thanks for getting the channel banned.
Rachel Powell says, well, it's true that not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, some drive 9-ton school buses downhill
Fishtail.
for funsies.
Yikes. I imagine she does it for a paycheck, but
No, the fishtails are funsies.
Fishtail part's for the fun.
Is there like a clause you only get paid if all the kids live?
That would suck.
Noted Joe asks, how much for a death whistle? Different sizes or just one?
There are different sizes, and there's different types. There's like coyote skull heads, and there's human skull heads. And there's also some real plain 3D printed death whistles that we do.
Andy Pantano says, working on my armor while I watch you guys.
Awesome, Anthony.
Riot Demon asks, are those upholstery scissors?
These are just the biggest scissors that Harbor Freight sells, and I think they're ridiculous, so I bought them as like, I can chase people with these suckers.
Ron Chef says, those are comically large scissors.
But these are 14-inch scissors from Harbor Freight, and I actually really like them. They're good scissors.
Actually get a lot of use. So.
Meet the Creepa says, hey Alan, it's Eric Rudd. What exactly did you make that snowman from? It looks super lightweight.
You're late. Why didn't you show up a while ago, dude? Anyway, Eric, this is an EVA foam helmet, and then I cover it in fur, and then I heat gun the fur in order to make it shrink up and have this kind of a texture to it. And then we're about to put a hat on this sucker, and oh, it gets a carrot nose. I'm about to do that too.
Below says,
And
now
the body.
that is a pair of scissors. Ezekiel says, I bet Rue could get a school bus sideways.
I'm sure he could.
Jack269 says, don't run with those scissors. Big Monkey Fez says, the whistle was written by Bernard Herrmann and was in a movie called Twisted Nerve. Daryl Hannah did the whistle dressed as a nurse in Kill Bill.
Right.
Rich Powell says, I do 100% love my job. It's all in knowing how to have fun while keeping everyone safe. I've also driven in super high winds, so loaded up with a tail end kept trying to flip. Yikes.
Sweet.
Stevenson Cemetery says, it's snowing here in Virginia. Thank you, Scott Kohler, for the link for the scissors. John C. says, if those are the scissors you want to use, yeah, run with it. Meet the Creepa says, I had food, forgive me. Super cool. Hope your Christmas event goes well. Ours is in 2 weeks.
Hooray, good luck.
Still don't suggest running the scissors.
Grumpy Creation says, do you buy or make the EVA helmets?
I make them.
Are these ones that you bought the pattern for?
No,
No, this is self-design.
no. I bought one that we use at Dark Out.
The helmet?
Yeah. But anything that I sell, I've made my own pattern for.
The low says, anything special in that late night big gulp?
Coke Zero, that's special.
Shannon hasn't brought any booze over yet.
She says dejectedly.
Know your Joe says, thanks for everything you gotta get. 4:30 gets here scary fast. Wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Jack269 says, have you ever heard of Distortions Unlimited?
I have. I consider Ed and Marcia Edmonds good friends, and they have one heck of a company.
Yeah, they do. Graffy UK says, hi guys.
Hello, Rapid UK. The Dragon Master.
Dragon.
Did you ever post that second dragon video?
I haven't seen it yet.
Isn't it nice when you show up, people are like, hey, have you done that thing? Have you done that thing? You do that thing we talked about?
We like your dragons, Graffy. No, apparently he did, because Catswood says, watch the video of Second Dragon. Outstanding.
Hooray.
Oops.
I'll get there.
He says, yes. Grumpy Creation says, okay, just wanted to do another spray foam mask, that's why I asked.
Gotcha.
Michael Astor says, have to go, got work early in the morning, good night all.
Good night, sir. So now, the way that I do the eyes and stuff, see all that extra screen in there? I got to cut that out. So there's going to be a little bit of finagly cutteriness. And that's why I have all these scissors, so I can pick whichever one works the best.
The Low says, Ed recommended you in a video I watched recently. His vids are awesome as well.
Ed's the man. The fact that Ed is recommending my stuff, yeah,
Gives you the warm fuzzies.
it does.
Rocky
And,
Boat says, hello all.
Every now and then I'll be teaching a class at like Transworld or something, and Ed Edmonds comes in and sits down to attend the class. It's like, what am I going to teach you? No, you're the man.
Learn how to do the Dougie. Teach
Great
Ed
guy
Edmonds.
on top of everything.
Yeah, and just an awesome dude. This is easier if you have tiny hands. I do not have tiny hands. We've been a terrible proctologist.
Kind of the opposite of that.
I got big hands for abroad.
For abroad.
Masato K says, hey everyone, hope everyone's good.
Hello, Masato K. Good to see you on, sir. Hope things are well. Yeah, this part of the game sucks. And these scissors inside of there are just like a wild card. Like, I've got my fingers in there too, and this is happening.
Oh,
it's like,
boy.
wow, that's not as good as we hoped.
Jack269 asks, what's a deaf gynecologist do?
Maybe we shouldn't read that comment out loud.
Okay.
Yeah. You should refrain yourself a little bit. Yeah, I don't. Okay, he said deaf, and you said, I thought you said deaf, and then I'm thinking sign language, I don't know,
No,
but
like,
yeah. Did
he
someone,
meant deaf though.
did someone say
No,
gynecologist?
no.
I said proctologist.
Okay, see, and I read his typo. He did mean deaf. And I'm not going to read the answer, but it was a joke. But I was like, was that in reference to the proctologist
It
thing?
wasn't.
I was
It
confused.
wasn't. He just wanted to tell a dirty joke, and he's using our platform to do it.
All right, no more dirty jokes, Jack. You're getting me in trouble.
Stacy can get in trouble all by herself.
Ashley Enfies has just wrapped up 12 hours in the Magic Kingdom with 2 kids and a husband. This is my wind down for the night. I wrote it.
Wow.
Oh,
It should also involve alcohol, in my opinion.
No kidding.
Never
Alrighty.
take children to Disney.
Art Lady Blunzer says, howdy, Alan and Stacy.
Hello. Rue is here too, and Stan. It's kind of a full socially distanced house this evening.
Horror View, those scissors are comical in a good way. Craig says, we're all adults here. Not necessarily.
We're actually not.
My kids are here. Or at least
Yeah.
one of my kids is here.
Ezekiel probably has kids watching with him.
Ezekiel says the kids are not here. It's all good.
It's not good.
my,
Just because
my
you
son is watching
just,
too.
just because you're not offended doesn't mean it's not offensive. That's how that works.
Oh, Gray. Gray says, I have a non-dirty joke, but it's bad. Then don't tell it.
No gray.
Sweet Logo says, yo, off topic. I can't find the right size beach balls for my evil snowman on Amazon. 36 inches, only 28 inches inflated. 24 is only 18 inches. Ah, help.
Just go with those. Like, how many inches are you tall? Like, add it up. I think you'll be fine with two 30 inches and a 18 inch. I got mine off of Amazon. And I was just kind of okay with what they sent me.
George Crenshaw says, hey Alan, long time.
Hey, good to see you on.
Regularly Handsome says,
Yours
it's pretty
is like
darn
a-
funny though. Jackson
The
says,
original
sorry.
beach ball for this was like a 48 inch.
I think I got a 42-inch beach ball.
Yeah, it was 40 something.
And Stacy, I just missed what you
Remember,
said.
because that's what-
Jack269 says, sorry, thought it was a funny joke.
It may be a funny joke, but there's a funny joke to tell at the bar. There's a funny joke to tell at church. We're like in the middle of that.
Somewhere in between the
Yeah.
bar and church.
Yeah, maybe not the bar.
George Crenshaw says, I love the Krampus in the background. How can I order one of those? This one?
Go to the Stiltby Studios at Gmail. No, stiltbystudios.com, and we have a whole Krampus section of masks.
Trevor Pierce says, I love your work, sir. Cool snowman.
Well, thank you. I'm working on it.
It's shaking, baby.
I need. You know how cuticle scissors are curved? I need those, but bigger. Someone out there is like, is there a reason why they don't make those big?
No, you can get them.
Alexa, add big curved scissors to my shopping list.
Do you have any use?
Bigger scissors added.
You see what I was just trying to do is trim those down.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the tiny pair of scissors. Yeah,
Use my delicate lady hands.
right. But keep reading comments. Back to work, you.
I'm good.
Double time.
There's not been a single comment since I switched over there.
My dad used to do a bunch of upholstery and he had a set that were like this long.
But curved.
George Crenshaw says, I was just on your site, but I didn't see the one with four horns. Sorry for the question.
Oh, well, okay. So that's a custom. We have a lot of Krampuses on there, but here's the problem. All right, I don't just make the Krampuses that are on the website. I make a bunch of different Krampuses, and it's far better if shoot us an email and say, hey, I want a Krampus that looks like this. It used to be I sold them mostly through Messenger, and I could say, what color hair do you want? You know, what kind of horns do you want? And then we'd have a dialogue, and I would use my base sculpt, because that sculpt can have 5 different colors of LED eyes. It can have like 8 or 10 different styles of horns. You can have like 6 or 7 different colors of hair, and you really have a lot of options. So,
And that's just that. sculpt.
right, and yeah, and I have like 7 sculpts that I make Krampuses out of. So there's a lot of options out there. Let's just talk through it, and then I'll get you a price, and we'll make you one.
There's even
Has
masks
somebody-
that he doesn't use for Krampuses that
Right.
people decide to use for Krampuses anyway.
Has somebody bought the four horn one?
Yes, that one is now sold.
Okay.
I'll be finishing that one tonight.
Ellis Fire says there are bigger ones for dog grooming. Felicia says, would you make them? They're dog paw grooming ones that are curved.
Alexa, add dog paw grooming scissors to my shopping list.
Jack269 says,
Dog
did you
paw
know
grooming
apples
scissors added.
are poisonous?
What's poisonous?
Apples?
Apples are poisonous to who?
Scott Colhart posted our link. Thank you, Scott.
That's Jack again. I bet you it's a bad
Oh.
joke.
Listen, I already warned him about saying dirty jokes, and so far
Yeah.
that was not dirty, so we're all right.
Jack, are you like are you
Oh,
just
no,
here
it's not
trolling?
joke. He said they have cyanide in the seeds.
Okay.
Fun facts about apples. Sweet Logo says, thanks, no pressure. Are you still making the body for your Dollar Tree Equal Bear? Very interesting.
I will eventually, yes. That's not a super priority because right now we got Christmas stuff going on.
MC says, curved embroidery or applique scissors are what you're looking for. George Crenshaw says 10-4.
Alexa, add applique scissors to my shopping list.
You're gonna get all of them.
Applique scissors added.
Al Matra says, first time it happened to me, but now I have big curved scissors on my shopping list. Here's
Hooray!
Scott Kohler for sharing our email. 1980 says, duck, 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 duck.
Oh
Ron-
God.
Ron Harvey says, seeds not apples, but you gotta eat a lot. 1980 says, sorry for the foul language. Jack269 says, I like dropping random facts.
Oh, okay.
Realms says, hi, how are you?
Hi, Realms. How are you?
You sure it's not easier to melt the bird?
Yes. Are you're cutting out right on top, right? Because right now it looks like you're pretty off center.
Realms says, hi, how are you? Cat
Okay.
Swift says, applique scissors are usually smaller, similar to scissors.
Oh, I don't want smaller. I want big scissors. I don't want smaller.
Says those horns look spotless.
Oh.
Robert Ryan asked are those elope horns? Ooh,
I think, yes, they're either elope or JBS imports. One of them.
Jack says, if you want the random facts or not, I'm still going to drop them. Do you
Well,
want to continue to read random facts,
okay,
or would you like me to skip them?
If you drop facts that are inappropriate, we won't read them. And we may have to block you, so just,
Keep them up.
Yeah. yeah. And this is not like a normal YouTube channel, Jack. Like, I'm interacting with you guys. I'm actually talking and I'm answering comments. So it's a little distracting to drop completely random facts. You know, if you knew facts about stuff that maybe pertain to what we're doing, that would be cool, you know. You do you, but you may have to do you somewhere else is all.
Grumpy Creations says, I really like that campus. Wow. Karen Dunn says, my Alexa listens to Alan more than she listens to me. My shopping list is getting long. Paul Bennett says, love that mask.
I have my Alexa shopping list out all the time in the store, and I just check the things that I need to get.
I feel like we have smaller scissors, please.
Alexa, add red LEDs to my shopping list.
Red A, E, D, S, added.
Yeah, we have some issues sometimes where YouTube pushes out the live feeds to folks, but then they're not as interested in what it's doing.
My bad. Did it
Yeah,
okay.
careful of that. Was anything in the bucket?
I do believe these are empty buckets.
Okay.
Empty bucket.
In a stack. Cover that up.
Just gonna flip that over.
All right. Yeah, and so sometimes people aren't used to being interacted with by the person talking, and they troll the comment section. And I don't know. That's not our thing. I like to talk to y'all.
1980 says, okay, Peter Dinklage is starring in the Toxic Avenger reboot. Thoughts?
Ooh. Wait, he's not going to be the Toxic Avenger, is he?
No.
Like, that's got to be something he wants to do at this point in his life, right?
Right.
Because
Oh, yeah. He doesn't need the money.
he has to. Well, I don't know. I don't know what they made on that show, but I assume that he did okay.
But he's done, lots of movies since. So it's not like he's, I don't know.
And I know he enjoys doing comedy.
You know what my
He
fear
does
been trying to
ass
trim
your
is
weird
just trimming them flat and gluing them down on the
You
inside.
got that.
Like,
No, that'll eventually come up and that'll hurt the actor's eye.
alright.
I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but I can cut them if you.
No, I got it. Ronald Harvey suggests tin snips. Jack 269 says those horns are on point. Felicia
Thank
asks
you.
creepy teeth. Realms asked, where did you get the head socks at for the bear masks?
Oh, you can get them at Home Depot. They're called Spray Sock. Home Depot or a Sherwin-Williams store. Any place that sells like painting supply will probably have a spray sock. I'm about to wire up the LEDs for their eyes.
Did I
Karen
tell you?
Dutton says, okay, you said red LEDs, my alias say so, thought you said deli cheese, so that's okay.
Even better. What's that, Rue?
Did I tell you my new thing that I do for LEDs? I just buy the RGB LEDs now, and I've just figured out which order that, because one is shorter on the very side, and I think that's the ground, but then you can just choose which wire you want to use, and you can either have blue, green, or red from.
I just buy them.
George Crenshaw said, whoopsie, Appleseed said, Stacy's just gonna toss up. Jack 269 said, left for a second, y'all make a big old mess. Are you okay? I just knocked
Yeah.
over a stack of buckets. It's alright.
Yeah, she gonna cray over there.
Graffiti
Oh,
faces,
and
white
stuff.
rabbits. Gray Hawkins says, Stacy, you good? Yeah, no, I'm fine. Chad Smith said, damn, thought Rob was there for a minute.
I did too earlier today.
Listen! Y'all. 1980 says, supposedly he will be toxic.
That's. Are they gonna give
What?
him a super suit or something?
Or they'll just make him the toxic vendor and literally never address it. Like, just
Yeah, and
everyone
that's
just accepts
fine.
it as totally fine.
That's fine.
That would be pretty awesome too.
Thank you, Scott Fuller, for providing a link for a 40-inch horse ball.
A boomer ball.
Ron Harvey says, I love that you talk to us, and that's why I come here again and again. George Crenshaw says, Toxic Avengers mini-me? Or he says, Stacy gone wild, throwing buckets, watch out.
Yeah, look out. Flipping tables, throwing buckets.
Tables, throwing buckets, y'all. Grumpy Creation says, have you ever sculpted a Boris Karloff Frankenstein?
No, I haven't sculpted like a likeness Frankenstein. I've sculpted my version of Frankenstein, which bears a slight resemblance, but honestly, the one I sculpted looks a lot more like the Glenn Strange Frankenstein.
Or Judy says, so what are the balls for? Okay, well, not, okay, like how it sounds, not a good way to ask.
Har beauty.
The
With
beach
this,
balls.
with
The
this
beach
comments
balls.
crowd, you're asking that for making
the beach
snowmen. Making snowmen. They're a good base for making snowmen.
1980 shared the Variety post on the Creepers page about this witch. Thank you, we'll check it out.
Cool.
Jack269 says, can you do YouTube Wednesday about how to make fake teeth and gums?
I have done a YouTube Wednesday on it. If you go back and you look at teeth plates or tooth plates, I did that 10 years ago? When I was, no, 8 years ago, when I was making a lot of deranged masks. I don't make as many deranged masks now, but those techniques still hold very true.
Almantra Art says, with some light heat and pressure, you could probably put a curve in the Harbor Freight scissors.
Yeah,
Probably.
and it wouldn't even cost a lot if I ruined them, so there is that.
They wouldn't keep an edge after you put some heat on them, though.
Michelle Guerrera says, new subscriber, binge watched your channel. Thank you for such great tips and tricks. Hi,
Hey!
Michelle.
Well, I'm glad you're
Welcome.
joining us on a live feed.
Horror
Welcome
Beauty
to
says,
Creep
really,
Show.
how would you keep them inflated, though? I think you're just using them
Oh,
for
I just use
patterns,
it for the
right?
pattern. I just use it for the pattern.
Jody Cardinals is checking in from Florida. It's 58 degrees, finally. Love the horns.
Thanks. I'm wiring LEDs right now, so. And I got some new cord for the
The wiring.
new speaker wire.
Yay. Jack269 asked, is your mask foam latex or just latex?
Just latex.
Garden variety latex. He says,
Casting
it
latex.
It looks like it's foam latex.
Nope, it's just sculpted and painted. Yeah.
Grumpy Creation says, the Karloff character is always my favorite. Thought about doing a prop head.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I like Frankenstein because he's Frankenstein. I haven't really prescribed to one actor's portrayal more than another's, in all honesty.
1980 says, if you were just to read Horror Video's comments in order, the jokes write themselves. Suzette Bradley says, can that snowman mask be worn, or is it for decoration?
Oh, it's worn. It's a whole suit, which we're working on now.
Here.
Are you going to gusset?
Yeah. We got the gusset done for the bottom one already, but I'm cutting guts first. And then I'm
Gray Hopkins
Cool.
says, okay, need to head to bed now. Good night, y'all. Good night, Gray.
Good night, Greg.
Love you. See you tomorrow, Wednesday,
Sometime.
sometime. Ezekiel asked, what would be an easy way to make a jacket sparkle for a Jack Frost costume? Please and thanks.
Well, the answer is always glitter. Truly. But you can hit it with some spray adhesive and then sprinkle the fake snow that I use on it, the Polyflake snow. You could do that. I mean, you have options.
I'll brew one for you, Ezekiel.
Scott Colhart, thank you for sharing the tooth plate video. George Crenshaw says Walmart is selling the male styrofoam heads for $4.98 now. Picked up some for my mask collection.
That's great.
Suzette Bradley says nice.
On.
Dirty Santa says, do you still do Baccarat tongues for the Krampus masks?
On occasion. None of these guys happen to have them, but I do still do that.
Says sequins.
Sequins are not as glittery as glitter. Sequins are good. Sequins are fabulous. But honestly, there's just some beautiful iridescent fabrics that you can get that really, really do have a nice glisten and shine to them. And I don't know if you're making the jacket, but you could easily just make patches for it.
Grumpy Creation says, not the actor's portrayal, so much as it is the look.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else was really full, and Boris had these great hollow cheekbones.
Cassandra Nylander says, will you go back to Monster Day and Greeley again?
Yes, I wanted to go this year, but, you know, stupid apocalypse.
Reasons.
Yeah, I
I really wanted
absolutely
to go
will.
this year.
Ezekiel says, I gotta hold some of the glittery flakes. I'll take my chances with that stuff.
Yeah.
Felicia F says, sequins take too long to attach. Nice Navy says, I believe a beauty school dumped their practice heads on Goodwill. I picked up one and there were several still left.
That's great.
Suzette Bradley says, you can always spray hairspray on top of the glitter to make it stay on.
That killed a lot of the shine, though. Not all, but it would kill some of the shine. Because then you're putting a coating on it.
Your graduation day for you. You stay dry. It's from Greece. Grumpy Creation says, yeah, it wasn't so cartoony, more believable. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. So Stan, I haven't been very happy with any of the speaker wire I've gotten lately.
No,
That stuff, that blue stuff, that's
Yeah.
just so thick.
it's very thick.
This I like, but I take the sheath off of it and I just use the two pieces like bell wire.
Felicia asks us to go with shiny fabric, less chance of glitter fallout, and you looking like you just left the
Okay,
strip
I
club.
got it. I see what you're saying.
Paul Bennett asks, what size gauge wire for LED lights?
Okay, I am using 24. I'm using 24 gauge.
Ryan Demon asks, what color hair will this promise be?
You know what? I think it's going to be brown. Hey Stan, if you have downtime, I'll have another Krampus to get wired up for LEDs. It's this guy right here.
Ezekiel asks, is Dallas doing the Krampus walk this year?
No, that's not happening this year.
Krampus and skateboard. Drive by Krampus.
Drive-by Krampus.
Drive by Krampus.
It's hard, but it's still.
Dean Cash asks, are there pics of the Big Daddy costume?
Do you want it?
Big Daddy?
The
Never got finished.
Yeah, it never got finished.
Oh, yeah, I didn't finish that because I moved on to other things. I'll get it finished eventually, but I did not have an immediate need for it.
Just need to be based out or just put it on?
You can hook it up without it, and it'll base out over it.
Grumpy Creation says, well, gonna watch Death Ship with the wife. Have a great night.
Hooray!
Yay, Death Ship.
I need a death ship. It's gotta be death, and it's gotta be a ship. And I bet it's like a cruise ship. I need a death ship.
The horror movie asked Dallas to the Krampus walk. Cool.
Got a casino on the middle floor. Old people smoking, that's what it's like. But the buffet is right next door. I need a death ship.
1980 says, just picturing a Liberty Demon mashup, kind of an anarchy image. Instead of Liberty's crown, it's demon horns in a similar silhouette.
I did a King Krampus last year, the year before, and I did this whole ring of horns around it, and it looked a little bit like the Statue of Liberty.
Krampus.
If the Statue of Liberty were awesome.
Yeah, that's up there in my favorites of monsters.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
King Krampus.
made King Krampus. King Krampus was so cool.
Billy Jeff says, everything is flash dance these days. Penzary says,
Well,
ride the
if
Davy
you
Jones
use
ship,
it-
Stan.
What's that?
Ride the Davy Jones ship, Stan.
So like that.
Cat Swift says, drink. Davy
I
Jones
was
ship.
singing. All right, and now Rue is going to tell you what he's doing.
Joshua Tapp says, happy
Depending
Krampus
on
season,
gussets.
friends. 1980 says, what do you mean if?
Guys, I am cutting out gussets for these giant snowman pieces that are here. So this is the bottom half of the snowman. That's the hole that goes in it. I'm cutting out a fabric gusset to go on the inside of the hole so that to give it a little extra sturdy hold because it's all just glued together. Okay, now that's actually what I'm doing. Yay!
1980 says, looks like a giant muff.
Moof. It'll
Like
keep
the
you
article
warm.
clothing, not the...
I ain't being all filthy over here. I just turned back because.
Ezekiel says, Rue's beard is back. Welcome back, beard. Graphia cases might be putting some LED lights in the next dragon I make for the eyes. What do you think, guys?
I am very happy that my beard is coming back.
LEDs are always awesome.
Ken
What
Sturge says
was the LED question?
that he might put LEDs on his next dragon for the eyes.
Ooh, yes. Very good. However, when doing, I'm gonna stand in for Alan all of a sudden. For real. When doing LED eyes though, always make sure that they have a backing socket to them or that they come into a socket. Because if it's actually shining and it shines towards your eyes at all and you can see the light as you're going this way,
You're going
it's
blind.
totally blinding.
Well,
you can't see
these
past
dragons
the light.
are static props, not.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Graphie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Graphie. I'm an idiot. Never mind. But that was a tip for mask makers.
Did Rue sing the song about the death ship?
Rue didn't sing the Death Ship song. No, that was all Alan. I'm weird, not that.
We are that weird, but not about that.
Oh, isn't that weird? No, nobody wants to ask Rue questions.
Hang on.
I'm just
holding up the
kidding.
spot where Alan
Kidding.
likes. Ezekiel says muff is a different thing in Australia. Oh my, that's why I said like the clothing article, Ezekiel, you perv.
What?
Good night, George Crenshaw. Hop off, 4 a.m. comes early.
Sea shanties for 100, Alex.
Right? Alan did, sorry guys. The ship singing thing was not you.
Oh, that is
Definitely Alan.
definitely it isn't. I don't know.
Good night, Dan Cash.
I barely talk.
You can only barely see what I'm doing now, otherwise you're just staring at me. That's kind of weird too.
Realms says, I'm redoing my Krampus mask, not happy with it now, so I ripped all the hair off and now I kicked the caulking off. Any tips on how to get it off easier? Razor blade.
Yeah.
Grab an end of it, take your razor blade and kind of ease it along the join. That will help.
Sharp.
A
razor
very
blade.
sharp razor blade.
Sharp.
Be very
brand
careful.
new
Do not
razor
cut
blade.
yourself, that would be bad.
And Here, another tip for that one. Because there's a difference in razor blades. Let me school you. Persona. These are both Personas. Which Persona brand razor blades,
They're bomb.
let me tell you,
They're very good.
they will hurt you. And
like,
you
no
won't
reason.
know it hurt until later. Say, this is a regular Persona brand razor blade. For what you're talking about with this back edge, definitely something to protect your fingers. Now, the other type of razor blade, like for a Robert's cutter, has blades on both sides of them. Do not try and use one of these for what you're talking about.
Without
You will
getting a cutout
end up
holder for it,
in
because-
serious trouble with if you don't have a holder to cover up an edge of that while using it.
By the way, those are also made by Persona.
Yes. Yeah, I said this already before you came in.
Rachel Powell says, that's okay, Rue, we could stare at you all night. Woo!
Well.
Alicia, do you warm Alicia asks us, do you warm first to soften the glue? For silicone, probably not.
No.
Will not.
If it's like regular caulk, yeah, you could probably do that a little bit, but when you do that, it's also going to make it gooier and harder.
Or something.
We were talking about methods to pull off silicone from a mask. Back to where that was. Realms, what will be a nightmare? It says, redoing my preface mask because I'm not happy with it now, so I ripped all the hair off, and now to pick the caulking off of it. Any tips on how to get it off easier? We suggested
Nope.
razor blade.
It's an adhesive. It sucks. Yeah, be careful.
So peel at the end, use a razor blade right there.
Heat will not really soften it. It is pretty chemical resistant. But if you're going to rehair it, you're going to hide it anyway, so don't sweat it, yo.
Ezekiel asked, do you think you have enough trick-or-treat buckets?
Those are for mixing plaster for students for Monster Camp. Yes, I do have enough.
Mike Trzanowski says, is Stan on the naughty list? Don't see him.
Stan is behind me. Stan has got my back.
Right. Way back.
Suzette Bradley says, woohoo! Ezekiel says, Stan doesn't get any screen time if he doesn't have sexy socks.
That's right.
Christopher Lizzo says, Persona blades are no joke.
No.
Joshua Taps, let's get a look at the mask, please. Yes, you're doing that. Big Monkey says, I was a little nervous Rue's going to cut himself, telling us how to not cut ourselves.
That is a very rude thing to do, by the way.
1980 asks, would a rubber wheel work on removing silicone?
I don't know. I know it's good at removing latex, so I mean,
In theory,
yeah. I mean, what most people do is
the felt wheel.
I would just recast the mask, like I'd make another mask. I understand that's not always a possibility.
Cat Swift says, my thoughts also, poor Rue. Joshua Tapp says, nice, that's a better view. Suzette Bradley says, can adults attend Monster Camp, and where is it?
Of course, adults. It's for adults.
We prefer it.
Man, I hate kids.
Don't bring no kids.
Yeah. It's in Texas. It's here at the shop. So it's in Quinlan, Texas, which is about an hour east of Dallas. It is a 3-day experience, and we make a latex mask from start to finish. You sculpt it, you mold it. We clean the clay out of the mold. We pour up latex into the mold. We let it dry. We pour it up. We pull the mask out. We paint it. Friday you have a lump of clay, and Sunday you leave with a finished mask and an appreciation for an honest weekend's work.
I have them under control, guys, sorry. Much concerned about my hiccup. I'm not even drinking anything over here. Skin and Bone says, I remember about a month ago, Alan cut his finger pretty good with a razor.
Yeah, it's good times.
Felicia has his hiccups, boo. Lisa Arndt says, drink water really fast, Stacey, works for me. Ken Zaree says, Stacey, what are you drinking over there? Nothing yet. Joshua Tapp says, really enjoy all the content this year. It's been great. Cat Swift said, Someone go, please go scare Stacy.
Stacy. So
No.
Thursday,
Yeah.
you're going back to your teleprompter job. Like, yeah, full time.
But I don't want to.
Yeah, all Russian news. That's all you're doing.
They won't have me.
That's all you're doing is Russian news. Yeah, that's it.
I-
Sure they
They
won't
won't
have.
have me.
I lit the door on
reason.
fire.
I
Like,
didn't burn a bridge. I burned the building.
yeah.
That town isn't there anymore.
Just to make sure I couldn't go back.
No, Skin and Bones says, yeah, you cut your finger live too.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Chad says, Stacy, ooh. Whoa. You got me, Chad. Graphic UK says, thanks for your advice, Rue. I've not used LED lights before. Ezekiel says, is Stacy drunk? Pickups and falling off chairs? I didn't fall off the chair. I scooted backwards.
I think she's had a couple.
Pile of buckets.
That's the reason why we're all in the shop. We're gonna have an intervention later, a post-show intervention. Yeah,
Oh, my mother's still watching.
yeah, it's time. It's time. It was her idea.
It's her idea.
Her idea.
She texted everybody.
It's like, hey, take care of this. What do you guys?
Oh. Suzette Bradley says, wait, you're in Texas? I'm in Louisiana. Game changer.
Come on, homie.
Bring it on.
Drive yourself.
Honestly, the biggest problem with this is not the angle or that you have to get, it's the light. I'm like, I can't.
Get my glasses.
No, it's just, it's dark
You want
at a
headlamp?
particular angle. I'm so close.
I forgot about that, Alan.
Listen,
Are there headlamps? We own headlamps?
you own headlamps?
There's probably one right in that drawer.
I forgot about that.
What?
This hole is bigger than that hole.
Yeah.
Thing. And then this hole is bigger than that hole.
Yes. Yes.
Robbie Pope says MC is awesome. Felicia says that is scary. Next day says hiccups is the result of irritated diaphragm. If you hold your breath and restrict your diaphragm for 20 seconds, you'll
Damn.
override the reflex and regain control. You will notice I have regained control.
What will he do? What do you do?
If you hold your breath and restrict your diaphragm for 20 seconds, you will override the reflex and gain control.
You assume I can hold my breath for 20 seconds.
Josh Taffy, that's funny. Rob O'Brien says mama drinks.
Dang.
Cat switches again. Shannon's not there to keep your kids in check. Felicia suggests a phone flashlight. Line Cook Thorne says, hi, I'm Stacy and I'm alcoholic. Listen, y'all.
Obvious.
There's been moments in my life where I'm like, oh God. But not
This hole.
Thank you, Scott Cole Hart, for sharing the Silver Studio shop link. Ezekiel says, Stacy, sure. Listen,
Ezekiel, we're not going to bring you up, all right? Okay?
Ezekiel, I will give you plenty of opportunity to see me drunk at Tranquil.
No, Stacy, no.
Get one night free.
Well, no, we don't do that here. That's not a Stilby Studios thing.
Should wear a regular shirt.
Fair warning, drunk Stacy loves everybody.
So there's a haunted house in St. Louis called The Darkness, and I jokingly tell all the dark hour people who go, buy a Darkness t-shirt, and if you get really drunk, put on that shirt so no one thinks you work for me.
Line Cook Thorne says, love you, Stacy. Love you too, Jamie. 1986, this live is a Coke Zero away from a raise.
Yeah. I don't even know what that means.
It's not a race, it's happening.
Louis Chef says, I mentioned the phone flashlight for the mask. Oh, thank you. Yes, I may try that because this one little part is hiding. The Low says, I asked about the big gulp earlier. You said a bottle was on the way. It must have arrived. Y'all.
You said a model was on the way?
I did not say bottle.
What do y'all know that I don't?
Rachel Powell says, Stacy, in the word for the cop who gave me my first speeding ticket. What are you smoking and why are you sharing? Woo!
Rachel, you really are my hero.
Ezekiel says, I'll have to get clearance from your husband if you're coming drinking with us. We have a system. It's a good system.
Listen, Ezekiel.
The system,
You don't know.
The system is, I don't drink anything unless Tony hands it to me. And because he's much better at keeping up with how much I've had to drink than I am. And occasionally, that will lead to things Like somebody going, we should do shots, and I go, that is a great idea. And we get shots, and I go over to Tony, and I hand him the shot, and I say, will you give this back to me? And sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't.
He just does the shot.
It's a good system, and the system works provided I stick to the system. Sometimes Drunk Stacey doesn't stick to the system, which is how we get to Drunk Stacey. But I'm definitely one of those, I love you, man. You don't understand. I just need to let you know, like, that I love you so much. I may have fangirled all over, oh gosh, the gal from Colorado, Amy.
Amy.
Amy's last name, short hair. She was on the panel. She directs the haunt in Denver, 13th floor.
Oh yeah.
Amy. Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Thanks for
had
the
you
last
not-
name. No,
Yeah.
Had you not mentioned it, then I could
And
have.
her wife is the gal who wrote the book on fear.
Yeah.
Amy Shear.
Margie.
No, Sure.
Yep.
Margie Kerr is her wife's last name.
Right.
And
Yep. And had you not asked me, I could have told you.
sure.
And I had a great conversation with my wife about that book.
Oh yeah, me too. And yeah,
That's a great book.
at the big party at Hong Kong this last year, I may have like
Yes, we got a picture of
and
you
yes,
and me drunk.
fangirl
or you
all
know,
over
Me
her.
too.
Yeah, we were all.
I was like, you just don't understand. It's such a big deal. You're so important in the
You too,
industry.
Sam.
I really like it.
No, oddly enough, I kept it together.
I don't really drink.
You bailed early.
I'm not a
bailed kind of
drinker.
early because I
Yeah,
wanted to
you
keep it
bailed
together.
early.
I'm not a drinker.
I wanted to keep it together, so I knew that was my plan. I had no one to hand me stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to go. Or I will keep
Holloman.
picking things up.
Holloman.
Amy
That's
what it
Holloman.
is.
Yeah.
You'll
She's
write.
amazing, and I feel like her wife's work is really important in the haunt industry in terms of understanding why people are
Me
afraid
and
of
her were on a
things.
panel together on NPR.
That is amazing. I really have so much respect for both of them, big time. And yeah, after several drinks, they came out and hung out with us. and
I
was
should
like,
help you write a book.
Listen, I just need to tell you how much respect I have for you. It's such a big
Yeah.
deal that I get to hang out.
So I made a battery holder for me to glue on the back of the mask. I'm about to make one for Stan.
Rachel Powell says, I must preface that officer was friends with my dad, who was a conservation officer for 15 years.
Nice.
Joshua Taft says, always need a plan. Yep. Ezekiel says, so you're okay if hubby ends up asleep in my hotel bathtub? Tony can sleep anywhere. Like, that's one of his, like,
Redeeming traits,
redeeming
right?
traits, really. He can sleep anywhere. Rodney Cook says, sounds like I need to build up my alcohol tolerance before I meet you, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, you are gonna get us in trouble someday.
I feel like I'm ready for that challenge.
Rodney Cook says,
I'll bring my son.
okay, Suzette Brothers is okay. I'm definitely gonna get my friends to come to Monster Camp.
Come on.
Bring it on.
I just want to note that the views expressed in tonight's live feed may or may not be the views that are held by Stiltby Studios
In general.
in general. Yes.
However,
They're separate from.
Rachel Powell says, I know I can never keep up with Ezekiel on drinking, but man, I'd love to try.
That'd be the story right
That's what you
Right.
think.
Listen, I come from a family of topper offers, so you never know how much you had to drink because your glass is never empty. It's dangerous.
Proper offer.
The Low says, see where the conversation turns when you do a late night stream, everyone has their wine or stiff drink and still be stupid. Ezekiel says, in all seriousness, I have to curb my alcoholism. I've been a bad boy. The doc says, no mo. Thank you for the phone flashlight tip. That's definitely working.
Here you go, sir. Thank you. I just hit the back of your head.
Skin and Bones says, this show is for mature audiences.
Tonight it is. Normally not.
I mean, it could be so much worse.
I have to sign a thing when I monetize. Like I have to check a box that we don't like. This is not heavy alcohol content, you know.
Are you gonna remind everybody about the switchover?
Yeah. So I will. Something that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to end up changing, and I won't do lives on this channel anymore. I'm going to make a new YouTube channel, probably starting Wednesday. That is Still Beast Live. where all the live videos will be, because it's two audiences. So we'll have the live videos on Still Beast Live, and I will have YouTube Wednesday and stuff will happen on that channel. On this channel. So live videos are moving, but I'll make sure I give you plenty of reminders. You will have to subscribe to a different channel, but it's not like it costs anything.
Ezekiel says, didn't you have a mold to make the battery compartment out of latex? Why the change? Is foam sturdier?
This just takes 5 minutes, and pouring one up in latex, if you gotta pour it up, you gotta pour it out, you gotta let it dry. It's kind of a pain.
Here we go. Best wife ever.
Yours is bigger than all of ours.
You know why? Because mine is non-alcoholic.
Good night, Ron Sheps. Got my drink.
Oh.
Smells like yummy.
Ron Sheps says, good night all. I'll catch the rest tomorrow.
Good night, Ron.
Ron Harvey says, I only hiccup 3 times in my life till I have my tonsils out at age 47. Which, by the way, almost killed me. I didn't eat or drink for 9 days and lost 21 pounds. Crazy. It is kind of crazy.
It's not true, Ruth.
Tom Everard says, yeah, double the beast. Line Cook Thor says, post a reminder on the Creepers page. Oh, we will.
Yeah, I will.
Suzette Bradley says, not me, I have a drink for each hand. I have to have a drink for each hand. Horror Beauty says, can you imagine this group together all under the influence? Oh God, help the world.
So one of the things that I
Yeah.
see a lot of YouTube channels are like Drunk History or Drunk Cooking or whatever, and I don't drink. It's not like I'm morally opposed to it. I just normally don't do it, and I don't like that kind of a loss of control. But I thought it would be interesting or fun to do drunk sculpting,
God, yes.
where I have to do like a shot every 20 minutes, and I have like 3
Oh,
hours.
we need to make this
To-
show.
to get this
So
sculpt
here's
done.
the deal. That needs to happen on the Patreon. That has to be like a Patreon.
Okay, we can do that on Patreon. I think
Yeah.
we can do that. Yes. Okay, that's good.
Want to see drunk sculpting? You're gonna have to get on the Patreon, which is gonna launch this week.
Yeah, Wednesday. We're
Wednesday.
gonna launch it all on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I launched 2 channels, and Patreon launches Wednesday.
Blue right now.
Because you know what happens when our lives get interesting. I almost pulled the classic blunder. I did not check my LEDs before I put them in.
No, this is sodium.
I did not check my LEDs when I wired each one up. I did not check my LEDs when I put on the battery pack.
But you were very lucky.
You got very lucky and they both lit up.
I got lucky, and the LEDs both work, and they're both the right color. Right, Stan?
Yes, sir. I already checked mine.
We don't have no police compasses.
That's
Rob
right.
O'Brien says they lost the mold. Ezekiel says Rob lost the mold.
I have the mold. I have the mold.
Skin and Bone says, I always look forward to YouTube Wednesdays. Horror Beauty says, green cups. Skin and Bone says, ID check, please. Cat Swift says, now the kids will be in check. Mother has arrived. Even with beverages, they'll be better behaved.
No, she just dropped them off and left. She's like, here's your beverages, and then she
Woo!
bailed.
Here's your liquor, good luck.
Lisa Arndt says, drunk gaming looks like how I play games sober. Karen Dunn says, yes, please do that. Craig says, it would be legendary, Alan, do it. Line Cook Thor says, yes, that needs to happen. Below says, that better be a live one. Rodney Post says, I can't wait to see that. Horror Beauty says, it would be funny, it needs to happen.
I
Karen Dunn
can't
says-
actually do it on YouTube because of how my channel is monetized, but I could do it for a Patreon. Yeah, I could do that.
Karen Dutton says, I've never done Patreon, but this might have to be a first. Ezekiel says, oh man, that'd be awesome. Please let me be there. I'll keep the face. Oh my God, 1980 says, if it's on Patreon, the audience could pay for more shots.
I don't want you to kill. Like, remember, I don't drink. Like, I don't want you to kill me.
2 shots in, y'all. He's gonna be loopy.
Well,
Megan Camp says, officially sold on that Patreon membership.
It's so funny.
Chad
Like
Smith-
none of us really drink.
Yeah.
We're sitting here
Well,
talking
that's
about
basic.
I drink some, but
Yeah.
some.
honestly, Tony drinks more than I do. And, like, these days I don't drink that much. Chad Smith asked how much.
Stan will
Patreon
have a
is.
beer or two. Like,
I'll have a couple.
I don't know.
but yeah, it's like,
That's a great Stacy question. There's
There's
a couple tiers, but I think is there $1 here?
I think our intro is $3.
There's a $3. $3 is the intro tier. I know that much. I didn't know that. I just asked that much. But when we launch the info, it'll all be there.
That'd be Wednesday. Jody Cardinal
Oh,
says
no,
hilarious.
it actually
I don't drink
comes
either,
with
but I watched that. Skin and Bones sends us drunk emojis. Ron and Harvey says, do shroom sculpting. My sister cleaned her house and made sense when she spoke. And wow, those LEDs are great. Noted. Ezekiel says 42 beers, and then we switch to cocktails. Rodney Pope says, you'll keep the pace or set the pace, Ezekiel. Ezekiel says, you don't have to drink, you have to skull.
I will die. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. I don't
98
get
says,
that
the first
reference.
Patreon is a magnum bottle
Skull
of Moet
is
to
cheers
start.
and Viking, pretty much.
Almantra Art says, so what you're saying is you didn't check the LEDs.
I did not check the LED.
Rodney Pope says Jägermeister would be great for the shots.
No.
Yikes.
Yeah, no.
The evening takes a dangerous turn. Jägermeister makes you fighty.
We can do a wheel. We can do a wheel.
Yes!
Yes!
Wheel of booze.
Oh my god.
The night all of the creepers stayed over at Alvin's.
Right? Yeah, that's gonna have to be a sleepover. We're all gonna waste it. Craig says, just a tip. Craig says, just a tip. Patreon memberships renew at the start of the month. So if you subscribe, say on the 15th, you only get 15 days. Best to set at the start of the month, something to keep in mind. Well, good. That'll be
Hooray.
pretty much right at the start of the month.
Mhm.
Anthony Pantano says, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cat Swift says, Chad, Patreon's on any level. You can do $1 a month per video. You have a max level for folks who do videos. Others have a flat rate per month, and you get different things per level. That's the latter there is what we're going to be doing. 1980 says, Yakkermeister, yeah, woof. Cat Swift says, most can set up their Patreons to fit their needs. Y'all, we're gonna have some fun stuff on this Patreon. I'm excited. Ken Zuri says, Fireball. Oh, God.
Please no.
Ezekiel says, my mother-in-law thought
Well,
she'd
we
go
can
shot for
donate.
shot with me for a whole bottle. She ended up 2 miles away wandering through a forest. Is that enough?
What is on? That's enough.
Like, not just wandering, but through a forest.
Just your forehead.
I know. It doesn't have the hat on it yet. There's gotta be a hat on that. There's a hat for that. Ronnie Coach says, a drinking monster camp would be fun. Skinny Bone says, this channel is way too much fun. The Low says, you might get a liquor endorsement after this live stream. 1980 says, chocolate milk stout is a thing. That's true.
Yes, it is.
Chad Smith says, sweet.
Mama Hops. Trying to hurt feet today. Did you get what I got?
I don't know, what'd you get?
Very, very easy.
No, mine's a. Never mind.
What we did.
You got whiskey. Good night, Paul Bennett. Will you turn around and tell Paul Bennett good night?
Good night, Paul Bennett.
Suzette Bradley says drunk monster camp. Paul Bennett says stay safe, y'all.
No.
There's too much work to be done at Monster Camp.
It's hard to finish Monster Camp sober.
Yeah, it's not easy, okay?
Ronette Harvey says I want to see someone with the horns mask on.
Don't tempt Alan.
You don't have to threaten him with a good
Give me
time.
a reason.
Give Alan a reason to become a monster.
Chad Smith says true fans and longtime watchers have seen Alan Sculpt with a cold beverage, root beer and rum chata.
Yep.
Lisa Arndt says snowman needs a carrot with attached carrot dangly pieces. It's coming.
Don't worry.
Carrot, including stuff.
Here.
Here.
Carrot. Karen Dutton says looks great. 1980 says imagine a combo of tasting haunt inspired brews and sculpting monsters. Roland Harvey says yes. Ezekiel says I must depart and have a great night, folks. My kids need to be picked up from school. Y'all are legends and Stan. Wear your damn sexy socks next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Right all.
Yeah.
Even in 10-degree weather.
I'll bring them for Wednesday. How's that?
There was a comment there before that.
The snowman needs a carrot.
I don't know.
True
Root
fans.
beer with rum chata.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Imagine a combo of tasting haunt-inspired brews and sculpting.
Oh yes, I have a friend who is like my old haunt partner. Is I forget the name, but he is a beer expert, like expert. Like yeah, breweries hire these guys. It's like a sommelier is to wine, he is to beer. Tests and all that, and yeah. I have a friend who's a sommelier, and I have a friend who is a beer expert. I forget the name of I forget the word, but yeah.
Rachel Powell says advertisements. You've heard of painting with a twist, but have you seen sculpting with a twist? Join us live tonight. Ronald Harvey says, "Oh my goodness, I'm in love." Rodney Pope says that Krampus is amazing.
Well, it's about to get hairy and amazing.
Ken Zuri says, "Do your loudest rawr, Alan."
Rawr. Rawr.
Krampus,
Hi, Alan.
Krampus
I mean, hi.
works here.
Hi, Carl.
John Lowell asked, "Do the LEDs shine back in the actor's face, or is there a type of shield for their eyes?"
They're in a socket.
They're so far away from your eyes, it's not even funny. Like the way it looks when you're looking at it is one thing, but then what's really happening? Look, see where the eye hole is? Look above it. See that socket? And then they stick out of the socket quite a bit too. So you don't see any of it when you're wearing it. This is not a mask we shoved LEDs onto. These masks are sculpted for LEDs.
Now Mantra Art says, still these drinking bingo cards. Can't find something to drink. Airbrush clogging drink. Dogs ripped something drink. Wow, we'll need a lot of alcohol.
You're gonna die.
1980 asks, a brewmaster?
Mm-mm.
Anthony Pantano says, is it a connoisseur?
Connoisseur?
Question marks?
A connoisseur.
C-O-N-S-I.
Cicerone?
He's a cicerone. That's it. He's a cicerone.
British
Thank you.
Invasion, 1963. I apologize as I'm new to the live stream, but I saw a couple of videos ago you worked on the abominable snowman head, and I checked back to see if you were building a whole figure. Super intrigued.
What was I making an abominable snowman?
It might just be the knee
snowman.
one of these, the snowman heads.
I make a lot of monsters. You have to forgive me.
Not just the snowman, I think.
Yeah, we're making a snowman over here.
More confirmation that Cicerone is the word. Wife works for distributors and a big Fez. Karen Devon confirms Cicerone's a beer expert.
Yep.
Raffy UK says, I used to spill about 11 to 12 pints of Guinness most nights after work, but haven't had a drop of alcohol in 10 months. I'm looking forward to having a few. 10 to 11 pints.
That's a wee lot of beer there.
Loud.
That's like eating 3 loaves of bread.
I was
And it's
gonna
Guinness.
say, wow, that's impressive. Are British pints smaller than American pints? I don't think they are.
It comes in pints.
It comes in
Comes in
pints.
Mine's a fine, yo.
Ooh. Tom Everett says Halloween themed drinks like zombies. I think we'll have a vote on what drinks should be on the spinner.
I want to live.
There are so many things that
How
Alan
about we
would
not let the fans
would
pick?
just smell it and be like, nope, nope.
Dead End Yard Hunt says, are y'all having a kegger there tonight?
No. No.
Scott Colhart says Cicerone certification program for beer.
Oh, it's no joke. Like it's real. Yeah.
Ron Ed Harvey says that mask is so much better than I thought it would be. For some reason, I thought the neck was going to be skinny, but it was perfect.
What do you think I do for a living? Like, this is I do this a lot.
Mike Trzanowski says Alan's AA class.
Hooray.
Page 1963 says,
AA
oh wow,
class.
awesome, thank you. AA
Alan's
class.
AA class.
Oh, geez.
I like her way.
Monkey Boy Nuggy says,
Monkey Boy Nuggy.
Monkey boy nuggy.
Monkey Boy, I had a good friend who I worked with for a long time whose name was Monkey Boy. I don't think that was his real name.
You
But-
don't think.
wasn't his Christian name at all.
It was Universal Halloween Horror Nights, probably 97, 98. It was 13, I think it was 13, and it was the year they had the little imp pulling on the person's eyelid as their like logo image. And I was the Wolfman and Amity, and it was all like circus freaks, but they had a Wolfman. They said Wolf Boy, and it was funny because I didn't meet the height requirement that they wanted for the Wolfman and for the Wolf Boy, and I said, listen, I'm only going to play Wolfman. I'm going to wear my costume, and that's the only job that I'll take. And they were like, well, that's not how we do it. I'm like, it is if you want me. And they were like, and they switched some things around. And the guy who was going to be Wolf Boy ended up being Monkey Boy, and he ended up loving it. And yeah.
Horror Beauty says, was her trimming a snowman? I was trimming a snowman, but I'm done now.
She was eyeball trimming the snowman mask, and then I'm going to glue a carrot into it, and I'm going to hair this Krampus. Yeah.
1980 says Patreon, just another excuse for Stacy to wear her bar wench cosplays. I don't know how you found out about those cosplays.
But you're not wrong.
I was going to wear the bar wench.
Stacy.
There will probably not be anything scandalous on that channel, just so you know.
Yeah. Not OnlyFans,
Probably.
Patreon. Patreon, not OnlyFans.
Not only.
They're different.
Cat So says, Stacy, you need to remember that Guinness is their national beverage. Some kids get leaned on it.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
Mike Cherzanowski asks, what is Patreon?
Oh boy.
I'm not full of fur.
Patreon is a site where individuals can support artists with money.
Right. Okay. So basically, it is. You guys like. Let's pretend you guys like seeing my content, and you want to see more content. The only way that I can make more content is if I make more money making content. So at that point, there comes a tipping point where this would become my career, my job, because I am getting fan support for the channel and what we do and the content that we provide. Tonight may not be a stellar evening of content because I'm kind of in a hustle to making monsters, and there's a lot of odd talk around. Who am I kidding? That's the norm for live feeds, but still, yeah, it's a way to support all different kinds of artists. And so a lot of people are on Patreon, and you can just support what they do. They might be an artist, they might be a musician, they might be a video maker, YouTube maker like myself. There's a lot of different things and different arts that get supported on Patreon.
Oddities says, y'all are acting like it's a Friday night. Silly, happy, and animated. How awesome. Just know I'm making an evil 8-foot snowman with you while I'm watching.
Oh, that's great.
Monkey Boy is apparently the Lowe's son. He said, sorry, that was my perfectly normal son. He came into my room and seen me streaming and jumped in here on his phone. I will keep him under control.
Hooray!
He was spamming the chat a little. I didn't ban him, I just deleted all his stuff.
Oh, okay.
But he's cool. Dirty Santa says it's only fans without good picks. Listen, our picks are going to be great. They're not going to be scandalous, but they're going to be great. Cat Swift explaining Patreon. Thank you, Cat Swift. Stephen Martlew says, good morning from the UK. Do you foam your heads in or out of a mold? I've been having trouble with distorted heads where the latex has shrunk in the mold.
So it's probably not the late mold. What it probably is, it's probably your foam. Especially if you're in the UK, AB foam, when you run it if it's humid outside, if there's high humidity, then it'll probably shrink up some afterwards because of the chemical reaction in the foam and the way the foam works. So I don't do any foaming on humid days or days it's going to rain or rainy days because you don't get as high a yield and it's going to shrink after. I do it on a real bone dry day. That could be what you're running into, but I prefer to foam in the mold so I don't have any distortion issues like puffy cheeks or blowout.
Rodney Pope says, I'm sure most of us will support the Silky's Patreon.
You know what? That's completely up to you. That is completely up to each person. It took a while for me to get talked into it, and I haven't even done it yet. But I'm very thankful for you guys. And if it is something, if it's one more way that I can make you guys feel involved in what we're doing, then I want to do that. Because it is quite the awesome community that we have built here through this very difficult year and very trying times. You guys have kept my spirits up, and you've seen me break down a few times too, because this is just, what, a year, you know? But you guys have done a lot for me. And you being able to continue is a good thing.
Dave Quintana says, hey, I'm new. This helps me understand more about the process.
Hooray! Yeah, and you know, we're here, we interact, ask questions. If you want to know stuff, we'll tell you.
Well, and the thing about the Patreon too is that the stuff that Alan does already is not gonna stop. Like, we still have the Creepers page that's totally free. He's still gonna be going live on, granted on a new channel,
Yes.
on Sylvie's Live. And he's still gonna be putting out YouTube Wednesday and other educational videos. A lot of the stuff that's gonna happen on the Patreon, part of the perk for some of it is going to be just early access. So you're still gonna be able to access some of the content that he's creating there. It just will be a little later. So if
Yeah.
you wanna get first dibs on stuff.
But there's also stuff that I want to do that is off-brand necessarily for my YouTube channel, but I think it would have some value, you know? It's not appropriate on my YouTube channel for me to post a minute-long video every day with a different just thought. And sometimes I try to leave you guys with a positive message, or I might say something that's a positive message while we're on. But that's not how YouTube works. But I still think there's value in putting positivity out there into the world.
Minecraft Core says, I will try. I'm laid off right now, but I'll see what I can do to help you out.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
But also,
You're helping me out by watching my videos and hitting thumbs up.
our primary, like, opening tier is $3 a month. And if
$3
you
a
can support $3 a month, then we would be excited to have you.
Where do you need this?
Yes.
Rod Harvey asked, where do you buy your latex?
Normally I buy my latex from Biddy Mold Supply, but I also like Black Lagoon latex. I also like Fright Props has good latex, and Streamline Studios sells latex. All of those places sell latex.
Sylvan,
Oh, and Monster Bakers in Ohio.
Sylvan Energy Solution says, I want a napalm crackle Krampus. Nice and juicy cracks.
Okay.
That would be really cool. Like a bird on top with like.
Crackle.
Crack old crackers. They need a drink.
Supreme Boss 321123 says, I like your art.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Cat Swift says, I'm a Patreon to several terrain builders and they set up as $1 per video release. I do $1 per vid and have a max per month, so it's a very manageable way to go.
That's cool.
Rodney Pope says, I thought the process would be on anything I could ever do. He made it easy to understand and I made a couple of masks since I started watching.
Yeah.
Masked Slasher says, hey, Halloween.
Hello, Masked Slasher.
Dead End Yard Haunt says, on the movie Halloween 3, the bad guy in the tour of the factory, he says they heat up the latex when pouring the mask. Was that just for the movie or does it help?
They don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't really help. It's bad for your latex, actually.
Cat Swift says others have special videos just for their Patreons, and one has a few days early release for his bid for Patreons.
I'm going to do some of that.
There's gonna
And
be-
you'll see some extra content. One of the issues that we had was I do so much like for free already that it was what most people did as tier rewards. We just do already, you know. So yeah, but I think we came up with some good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be neat and it'll be an interesting new chapter as I move forward in what I'm doing.
Lisa Arndt says Patreon storytime videos. Yes.
Possibly.
Mass Slasher says, sorry for the delay on Doom Shroom. I had some family complications. I'm sending it out soon.
Dude, when you want to give me something, I'm not going to say, hey, you're taking too long giving me something. I appreciate you.
Jody Cardinal says, thanks for saying thumbs up. I almost forgot. Baba Daza says, Allen Insights are my favorite pep talks. Lisa Arndt says, the Calabos mask has a lot of texture.
It does have a lot of texture.
Cat Swift says, reminder, if you don't feel comfortable about ongoing commitment but want to contribute something occasionally, you can always send a bit through PayPal.
Yes, and Scott posted the PayPal link. Hey, Rue, put that back on top of there. You would be right most of the time. This, though, is a happy snowman. Put his head straight in the center. I don't want him to have the hunchback like
This
we
one
normally
doesn't have our
do.
usual hunchback.
Right. This one, his head's gonna his head hole right in the center. So
Slightly forward.
no, it's pretty
Not at
much
all.
straight. Yeah. Stand up and look Lacey your side. No, I'll put it right in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronette Harvey says, I'm so glad we can play this back later. There's so much going on tonight. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's why some people don't like the live videos, because there is a lot going on. Stan wired up a Krampus. Stan is working on computer stuff. Rue is making a snowman. I've worked on a snowman, I've worked on a Krampus, and I've worked on a Jack Frost. I've done all three.
Captain Mojo says, what do you normally make armatures for person-sized things? A full metal armature seems overkill. Maybe a high-thickness scheduled PVC structure filled with post foam, not industrial use.
Okay, so when you're saying an armature, does it have to do anything, or just a standing figure? Because my favorite way to make standing figures is the barrel bodies video that I did out of a blue 55-gallon drum. Watch that video. That is my favorite way to make a freestanding figure.
But if you're talking about for like a base for building costumes on, then our foam fill.
Then I have a mannequin video that I do. We do a packing tape shell of a person, and from that packing tape shell, we fill that with fence post foam. Yeah.
Thank you, Scott Kolar, for linking Brick in the Yard for latex.
Yeah.
Jordan Bunce says you should have Godzilla horn scares on Patreon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just drive around town with
We need to get
video
you a dash
of
cam.
scares.
The other day, I got so many people. It was awesome.
We need to get you a dash cam.
I might have like done donuts in the Walmart parking lot just to get more people. It was a
Edwin
blast.
Maggio says, what's the best glue to use to attach a faux leather hood to a half latex mask?
Contact cement. Contact cement, because you're going leather to latex. Well, faux leather is vinyl, probably.
The Low says, quick question on those hair strands. Are they shreds from a wig?
No, these come in a package, all right? And this is the kind of hair that you get when you're doing hair weaves, that you're doing glue-in hair weaves. It's all sewn together on a strip. These are 8 inches long. This is kind of the packaging there. And Scott Colhart will put up a link
To the JBS hair.
to the JBS hair, which is what this is.
Karen Dutton says, I love the way you guys work together. Maura Beauty says, wow, this is for tall peas. The snowman.
Oh.
It squishes down. It'll squish down.
Not as tall as it was.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Dempsey says, will we finally get the 8 ankle story on Patreon?
I would tell the ankle story on Patreon. Yes.
1980 says, when I clean tankers, if there was latex, we use cold water to clean it. The latex almost rinses right out. If you use hot water, you get a stringy, nasty mess that takes hours to scrape out.
Yeah. Don't heat up your latex, kids.
Almantra Art says, sorry if I missed it. Is the live YouTube channel up to subscribe yet? And has the Patreon got up yet?
It is not yet up yet, and Patreon is not up yet. Probably Wednesday. I got to launch a video anyway. I can tell people in that video that goes out to more subscribers than the live feeds normally do. And why not just have it be launching day?
Scott Colhart, thank you for sharing our PayPal donation link.
Thanks, Scott.
Ivan Kia says, I'm a bigger guy, bigger head and neck. Would your full mask fit, or would it be a custom?
It'll fit. I actually I make them for bigger headed people. Now I do have a couple that are small fit, but most of my masks are sculpted on my head form, and I have a large melon.
Or B says, love the blooper with the lady crossing the crosswalk and the the horn.
Yeah, she gave me the stink eye.
Suzette Bradley asked, is a Medusa mask possible in a half mask?
The face part of it, yes. What isn't is you need a full head to do all those snakes. Not for the look, but for support. You know, because something coming off of a mask that much, there needs to be a structure there, and I think it'll have to probably be on at least an EVA foam skull cap. So that's going to take up most of your head.
Now, I actually have a design sketched up for a half mask Medusa
Yeah?
that
Get to work.
only has a couple of snakes like around the temples, and it would be with a hood that we could beef up with some like foam underneath, and that it involves a scarf almost kind of latex thing with more snakes, so it looks like they are long and hanging down the front of you, and it's kind of wrapped up into a fabric cowl. I'll show you the sketch. Happening Mojo says the armature would be filled with polyfoam and then skinned with latex, silicone, or TPE. I'd like it possible to be posable to an extent, so it would have all hinges and ball joints.
Yeah, then I think you're talking about each section has its own tape mold, and then you foam that over top of your PVC skeleton. That's how something that's going to be ball jointed is probably going to be done easiest.
Edward Video says thanks. Max Slasher says Monster Makers is currently out of wet clay and it costs a fortune to ship from anywhere else. I'm kind of stuck.
That stinks.
No pottery supply stores.
Wait. Where? Yeah, there's a good pottery supply store in Columbus, Ohio that sells lead. So I bought from them when I was doing teaching at MHC.
Scott Collard, I think, just got mixed up with the link posting there. He said, hey, or donate to Still Studios at gmail.com. Oops. Or he says, what is the difference in heating latex versus heating the mold? I hear a bit of people about heating the mold.
Well, if you heat the mold up, what happens is you're opening the pores of the mold a little bit so that the latex can flow through it. Because it's actually water that's flowing through. The mold is sucking the moisture out of the latex. And you want that to wick and happen. When you heat the mold, you enlarge those capillaries a little bit and allow the water and moisture to move faster.
Karen Dutton says that Medusa design sounds awesome. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'll see if I can find the sketch I did of that and I'll put it in the creepers. Alan Rasmussen says, how much time do you usually spend editing your videos?
Too long. Honestly, editing videos takes the longest. Each YouTube Wednesday, I edit for about 6-7 hours.
Papa Donald says, "Have you send donated hair to the Still Beast email? Please do not."
Yeah, you're about right. A little lower, because they're going to sink in time.
And then, yeah, comfort-wise.
Go where you think you're comfortable, and then go a little.
Tiny bit lower.
Mhm.
So there we go. Thank you, Scott Colehart, for the JDS hair link. Y'all be kind to the mods. They are not paid. This is a position they do out of love. Shane Saw says, I'm fairly new here and I really enjoy watching your live feeds. Quick question. Is that a werewolf mask behind you beside the creepy Santa?
Yes, that is actually one that is sculpted by a friend of mine named Mikey Severe. And he and I traded werewolf blanks. He got my Wolfman 2020, and I got his, I forget what he calls this mask, but it has a fun name because Mikey Severe is a fun dude.
Horror Beauty says, everything sinks in time. Lol.
Yeah.
Amen. Line Cook Thor says, much love to the mods. Horror Beauty says, the mods are awesome. They do a great job.
The mods are awesome.
Yes. Pat Swift says, one of my friends has actually decided to bite the bullet and hire someone to edit his vids. It was driving him crazy.
Oh, it's the least fun. It is the least amount of fun.
Thanks. I hate it.
As long as whoever I had do it could use, because there's an editing voice. You know what I mean? Things happen in a certain way, and the way you edit is a part of your identity. So I wouldn't want to lose that. When I restarted YouTube Wednesday, I said that I would guarantee 1 year's worth of videos. We are 3 months away from me doing a year's worth of YouTube Wednesday. I think I will keep going and continue to do YouTube Wednesday videos.
Yeah. Stone Farmer says the bald spot needs some of the fake hairspray.
We're working on it, kids. We're working on it.
Pat Swift says, Scott does an amazing job. I think that was the first time he ever goofed. Perhaps it's a contact high.
I blame Stacy.
Well, he's not even in the same room with me. How can I be giving him a contact high? Also, I'm not high.
I think she doth protest too much.
You've been in my presence for the last...
Since like 10 a.m.
10, yeah, since 10 a.m. How on earth? Like, sneaking out.
Up in the contact.
That's right. I'm leaning deep into the contact.
Anybody's high right now.
I was going to say it'd be rude because who's not
A lot of contact cement for Rue today.
Thank you, Scott Kohler, for sharing the Stilty Studios shop link. Alan Rasmussen says, do you listen to that theme song as much as I do? I guess I just watch a lot of your videos. But what is that song, by the way?
It's called Lazy Boy Blues.
Nice.
It is called Lazy Boy Blues, and I picked it up from YouTube, and I decided this will be my music for this year. And it's rare that I deviate from it. Every now and then I do. Like when Tony was elf dancing, he got special elf dancing music.
You did.
But yeah.
Dead End Yard Hunt says, good night, gotta get up early.
Good night.
Stone Farmer says, best contact high was in the 70s, painting with gold paint or toluene thinner.
Oh yeah, toluene.
Toluene, alright.
That's good stuff.
Happy Mojo says, you could have dropped some acid, it's just a small piece of paper.
That's what's in Barge.
Like acid?
No, acid is not in Barge. Toluene is in Barge contact cement.
Wow. That went off real quick.
Yeah. Nope, I haven't dropped acid since I was a teenager. Cool.
I've never even seen acid. Like, that was not the background that I had.
Baba Daza says, what's the difference between rubber cement and contact cement?
So it's basically, it is that rubber cement has a rubber base to it, and contact cement is pretty much all chemicals, but they have a flex.
Scott Kohler says she's high on life. Life and contact.
And what they're thinned with is also a bit of a difference. Cool. Yeah, yep. That looks good, Ruth.
The position, since it's not forward, has me like rethinking.
Remember that time I gave you tiny scissors?
Yes. I think I put them back in.
Curse you and your efficiency. Hey, great job.
Habit Emoji says life is the street name. High on life. Supreme Boss, 321123 says you did a great job on that mask.
Hey, thanks.
Sylvan Energy Solutions says, please make the gristle bacon scented. Okay.
What, Crystal?
I don't know.
We just let him go.
But whatever gristle it is, that'll be bacon scented, and I agree.
More than it should be bacon scented.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Graffy UK says, I've been blasting Psytrance music out while working in the garage, slowly going deaf.
Psytrance?
Yep.
Graffy, you did not.
Alexa, what is Psytrance music?
The musical compositions by Psy include Gangnam Style, Gentleman, Gangnam
Oh,
Style,
That's the
and Psy for
artist
Psycho
side,
World.
not.
For more, check out the Alexa app.
Psychedelic trance techno.
Okay. Interesting.
Al Matra Art says, listening to Stacy laugh all night has been great, so maybe sewing Saturday with Stacy.
Hey, I'm down for anybody who is willing to do videos that I don't have to be in.
Rafi, I really just don't picture you as a techno guy, but that's kind of awesome.
Graphy UK says, you got it, Ruth, the description of the style.
yeah. I used to be a DJ, so yeah, I know a thing or two on music.
I-o.
Ounces.
Shane Saw says, this is the second time you've activated my ALEXA.
Sorry, I do that a lot.
Sorry, not sorry.
So,
He thinks it's funny.
yeah, I do. Sometimes after someone says that, I will ask her to set an alarm for 4 a.m. I'm a terrible person.
But also, it's funny.
I have found that I like, boy, 80s horror. There's a whole playlist on YouTube called It Came From the 80s. And it's like horror synth, dark synth. Dark synth music. I like that. But I can't listen to it if I might be depressed. It's very sad.
Rodney Pope says, I renamed my living room ALEXA for that reason. Graphic UK says, check out Ghostwriter and Vinny Vinci Top Artists.
Okay. All right, so this guy is now done. This is a done Krampus mask. I will fluff his hair up as soon as this silicone is all the way set, but I have to give that like an hour or so before I can tease the hair on it. But I'm pretty happy with how that guy turned out. Blah.
They're so sleek before they get fluffed.
Yes.
Karen Dutton says, the Dark Christmas playlist on YouTube would be great for making promises and snowmen.
Oh, I'll check that out.
Alan Rasmussen says, my mini-me is begging me to go to bed. Good night, monsters, and enjoy tonight's antics and tips.
Good night, Alan Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
Ken Zarif says, looks good. Captain Mojo says, it's music that goes, the system is down. Soon music goes tones to resonate against the melody. The system is down. Did you, Captain Mojo, was that a strong bad reference?
Strong bad.
Also, if you like that particular strong bad reference, you should look up The System is Du, D-U. That's the mix of that strong bad song and Du Hast.
Ah.
It slaps. Rob O'Brien says, I do love your Krampuses / Krampusen.
Hooray.
Supreme Boss says, are you done?
No, not yet. There's so much work I have to do
The
yet.
night's still young, folks.
But the night's still young.
So, we found out last year it's not Krampusa. Remember? It's Krampusa. Just with a hard E.
I've heard both.
As from Melanie.
I've heard both.
Who is German.
Yes. I didn't want to tell her she's wrong. So, but I've heard both.
Dirty Santa says, OnlyFans. Realm says, looks amazing.
Thanks, Realms.
Anthony Fontana says, boots and cats with the techno music.
Boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats.
That was a little.
Ken Zarif says, Alan, check out 80s Retro Wave on YouTube.
Yeah.
I will.
That'd be good too.
Or views as light show. Do-do-do-do.
And now for a change of pace, I'm about to glue in my carrot.
Hey, get it. Y'all were ridiculous.
Not to me. This is a happy snowman.
Happy snowman.
This is not a scary snowman.
Jesse Shear asks, how much does it cost to make one mask?
It depends on the mask. But normally I have, it depends. But my materials cost could be anywhere from $8, like that's the very low end, to I had some masks that cost me $60 to make. because I'm your friend, Rue, and I'm a good friend, I'm not videoing you getting into the snowman suit by yourself. And Stan not even helping you.
My hat is gone somewhere there.
There you go, I just
You
showed
made
the
the head
link to
hole
the
too
system is
big.
due.
Somewhere back
Um,
here.
Jesse, did I ask this already? Did you ask how much it costs to make one mask?
Fell into
Yes, you asked me that.
Having a motion, the system is due. Awesome. I need something to play after Trogdor or the Burninator. Love good smash ups.
Trogdor!
Suzette Bradley says Stacy would love to see your Medusa mask. It is just a sketch.
What? There you go. Try that on. That would be nice.
Jesse Shearer says worth every penny. You're the best at what you do.
Hey, thanks. Okay, are those gusseted yet?
No.
Okay, let's get those in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do all the finishing tomorrow. Once he is gusseted.
Brendan Miller says love it. Monkey
Stan, can you help
155.
Rue get out of the...
They laugh
No,
face.
Yeah, that's our life, monkey boy.
We must have put everybody to sleep.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
Oh, fur everywhere.
Edwin Badillo says, what's the best way to attach a voice changer to a mask? This mask has plenty of room in the mouth area. I found one on Amazon which belongs to Bane from Batman.
No, don't put it inside of the mask because your breath is going to kill it. The same thing with the coronavirus going right now. Aerosols coming out of your mouth. There's so much moisture in your breath. If you wear that mask for 20 minutes, take it off and run your finger on the inside, it's wet. That is from the moisture in your breath, let alone you sweating. So if you wear this for any length of time, inside of the mask with you is the last place that you want it to be. There's a reason why when I wired up the Krampus for LEDs, the wires went in and then out as soon as I could. I did not want them in there with the actor. They came out, they were along the outside of the mask to the battery, which is outside of the mask. Don't put it inside. So where's the best place to put it? On your chest. Have some kind of a moisture barrier right here so that you're not going to sweat through whatever it is and get that really wet. And then put your speaker, whatever it is, on your chest underneath. So there you go.
Tony Hawkins says that escalated quickly. That's my husband, y'all. The
What?
dancing elf in the
Oh.
last YouTube listing.
Yeah.
Supreme Boss says, LOL, I love the costume. Jack269 says, I'm back. Sorry that I left so long.
We missed you. You were all we could talk about.
Monkey Boy 55 says, Dance the Snowman. Skin and Bones says, good advice, Alan. Happen Emoji says, all breath or Edwin's breath specifically, just for his electronics.
Yes, Edwin's breath. He has a breath weapon, much like a dragon, and his breath destroys electricity. It's the moisture in everybody's breath. It's there, man.
Oh.
Jack269 says, oh, I was the only thing you could talk about. Thank you.
That's it, man. We missed you.
Oh no, you stole it.
What'd I steal?
You done?
Well, Stan was using it, and then
Brought it to me so I could glue me guts.
oh, here you go. Take this for your gussets. Let me glue my hat on.
Other one.
No, I just want to glue my hat on. This is the one you need.
You gonna try and pop it on the strip?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go, Rue. You got it.
He's gonna pop his thing?
It was unplugged, so I did not think you were using it.
No, I was going to as soon as I finished cutting holes.
Edwin DeVio says, thanks, because this mask is going to have a leather faux hood, and it has plenty of room on the chest area.
Yeah, do the chest area. You don't want to have it on the other.
Sorry.
It's fine. Leaning over the table.
Yeah, that'll do it. Do you want the brace? There's one on the thing over there.
You can take this gun now.
Wow. And you preheated it for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unplugged. I didn't think I was using it.
Not that this thing takes long to heat up. Any specific method for doing this?
I showed you, remember? You fold it.
Yeah, I mean, other than that.
No, just lots of glue. One at a time, lots of glue.
Lisa Art says, Frosty says, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Rachel Powell says, I love how whimsical the hat is.
Yes, a lot of work went into making it that whimsical. This hat is sitting very low. Normally it's pretty much on top of the head. This is a little bit more forward.
Well, because of the cut of the fur that we had, it didn't reach that far. which
But
is-
you
which
put
is
the
why
hat
we-
where the hat goes.
Mhm.
Don't move the hat, and then we'll patch
Add
it
more
fur.
fur. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jack 269 says, happy birthday, anyone get the reference? Yeah? that's
Yes,
why-
we
that's why
have
said it like
made
that.
said references.
Happy birthday.
Stan, will you put this on for me so I can take a look at it? I might have to move that hat back.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I know, I looked right. That's where we had a position when you came over and looked at it previously, but. I think it looks kind of jaunty.
Yeah, it's too far forward. I gotta pull it off and move it back. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right, but now I just gotta patch in where it was cut.
I think the piece is still over there. Captain Mojo says, love the German expressionism top hat. Tim Burton is most envious.
Hooray.
Brenda Miller says, what were the carrot roots called?
I don't, these are just carrots. I don't know the name of those little fibers.
Jesse Shear says, how much to come scare my kid? Do you do house calls?
It would be very expensive, but I'm willing.
You're like offering Alan his favorite thing
Yeah.
to do right now.
Realm says, he looks so cute and friendly. Love it.
That is what this one is good for.
Urban Molnar says, hey everyone, I love that snowman head. Looks awesome.
Hey, thanks.
The Low says, Supreme Boss and Monkey Boy are not internet trolls. Just my own personal 9 and 11-year-old trolls. Just a heads up. I'm glad they're watching this rather than playing Fortnite. Teach.
Okay, just make sure they're polite. And if you kids can make me not hate children, great job, you.
Alan.
Yeah, so,
Jack 269 says, stinky internet trolls. The Low says, we just got their phones back.
let's see. What's that, Rue?
And they're choosing to watch you. That's good.
Yeah. They're
Oh,
just
yeah.
watching. I know the Low says, they just got their phones back, so they better play nice. More Beauty says, does the snowman body get snow and icicles or
Not icicles, it does get snow.
cold?
There, that's gotta be better. That is significant. Okay,
Okay. Cool. Maybe because I was sitting down looking at it, so it didn't look quite as extreme.
it's pretty much all right on top, Stacy. Often it's kicked a little off to the side this way.
Okay.
It's not kicked forward.
Jack 269 says, good idea patching up the hole on the snowman. I can see it through the hat. The hole is gonna come back. It's just
Well,
gonna be in a different
well-
spot.
Yes, you won't see it through the hat when there's a head in there, because the whole point of that hole on top is this is screen, and this is screen, and it'll stem the heat, so you won't get as overheated because there's airflow going out of the top of this.
Or uses head surgery. Urban Molnar says, are you going to do jump scares with it on the street like in videos? It'd be great.
Well, that is what I originally made the suit for, and I've done several suits that do that, but I have not. This suit is going to be a nice snowman.
Sean, he's happy he's snowman. Dancing in a parade next to an alligator.
Skid and Bone says, I may not say much, but I'm in the back watching and listening to everything you say, Alan. You're an amazing teacher.
Well, that's very nice. I get by.
Jack269 says, not what I meant, but okay. You mean the hole in the back? But that's so you could put it on.
Use more words. The more words you use, the more likely I am to know what you mean.
Oh, Urban Molnar, just do it.
There was a hole over here on the side, yes, because when the hat was repositioned, the flat hat was on a differently curved portion. So now I think it'll sit flat like we normally do. And this is easily covered by more snow.
It was my first time.
You all right, Ruth?
Yeah.
His back is bugging him.
My back is super unhappy.
Do you want this chair?
No. I need the height anyway.
Well, this is adjustable.
I do.
Jack269 says, when you glued the hat on the snowman, where the brim of the hat is, you could see a hole.
Yes, that's what I just said. It was because of where the hat was set. It did not match up with the roundness, but it all gets patched. So, and I don't want a giant hole. I just want enough for this heat to vent. And you can see a little bit right here too, and that'll get patched in. We are not worried about that.
Scott Kohler says, FYI, it's 10:55 p.m.
Yeah, I just have more work to do than I have time, Scott. Only after it's glued on do I know exactly where the holes are, and then I can fix them.
Happen Emoji says, I think those prank videos are fake. As far as I know, someone has to sign their consent to be in those videos or blur on their faces, which defeats the purpose.
Excuse me.
Same for radio pranks.
No, it doesn't. Not on YouTube, because those are actually filmed on the street, and you do not have to blur out someone who is on the street. Because they were in public. You did not trick them. You videoed them walking by on the street. You do not need consent.
Baba Dawson says, what prank videos, might I ask?
The snowman, it's called Angry Snowman, I think. It's a YouTube channel.
Jack269 says, how old are all of you? Asking for a friend.
I am 44.
40.
44,
36.
He's babe.
3 old men and a baby.
Happen Emoji says, old enough not to answer that question. Urban Molnar says, I think if you do a live feed doing jump scares, it would be so fun to watch you scare people. Kelly O'Brien, she gave us $5 on Super Chat.
Well, thank you so much. I
Says,
appreciate
thank you for
that.
all you and the Stiltbeast family do.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Anthony Pantana was 29. Graph UK is 50. Haha. Jack269 says, y'all don't look that up.
Says, y'all don't look what up.
Maybe saying we don't look that old.
No, I don't know. I think Jack269.
He said old. I meant old. stupid autocorrect.
Okay.
Horror Beauty is
Are you
43.
are you saying that 44 is old?
Line Cook Thor is 37. Jody Cardinal's 59.
I would chase you around the room, but I can't stand up fast.
Rachel Powell has just turned 39 here. Rob O'Brien says 52 going on 20 something.
Yeah.
David Quintana says it's official, I'm older than dirt.
Scaring keeps you young,
It's true.
and except for your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it makes very old.
Treat
very
your body
quickly.
like a rental, kids.
Alan Stewart is 45.
Keeps you happy and fun.
David Quintana is 62.
Just everything hurts. All the time.
Scott Collar's 57.
I think David Quintana is winning.
By quite a bit.
I'm not the youngest. Woo! Cat Swift says I decided at 60 to start subtracting the years.
Hooray! Well done.
I have a friend who stopped at 28.
I appreciate your creativity in the matter.
Jordan Bunce is 28. Woo!
Jordan, you're a baby.
Rodney Pope is 51. David Opplinger is 45.
Step on my foot and take the glue gun.
If I step on your foot, you'll stop moving. Tell me the
Graffy UK says my wife, Miss Lindsay, says I'm a 12-year-old.
I believe her.
Mass Slasher's 35. All right. Got some 80s babies in here.
80s babies.
Jack269 says 40 or 58 that old. I thought you looked younger.
Boy, I don't hear that a lot at all.
Habit Mojo says looks like an AARP meeting in here. Skin and Bone says I quit having birthdays at 25. Scott Colhart, thank you for linking these scary Zoom-in prank videos. Gregory Haynes says, good night, y'all. I'm catching a flight to McAllen, Texas again tomorrow.
Cool.
Jesse Shear says, have you done any movies yet? You're good enough to do it.
Here we go.
I don't want to. I make costumes for haunted houses. I like making costumes for haunted houses. I don't like the process for movies. I like the process for haunted houses. It's not the same. There's a different set of challenges. It's a different career that I have. I make things for haunted attractions or for live theme park shows. I do that kind of stuff. I do not make things for movies. Generally, yeah, they might buy something from me, then use it in a movie, but that's on them. And that's what a weird career that I have, where someone feels completely okay saying, "Oh, you're good enough to make stuff for movies. You should do that." Would you talk to a residential plumber and say, "Man, you're good enough to do commercial plumbing. You should really do commercial plumbing." Just let them do the job that they want to do. Like, this is the career that I want. I'm very happy in what I do. This is my calling. I knew I wanted to work in haunted houses from the time I was 10 years old. And pretty often, a lot of people say, "Oh, you should do stuff for movies." No, I don't want to work for movies. I like haunted houses. There you go.
The Lowe's is 38 going on 50 for Monkey Boy and Supreme Boss. Richard Powell says, my spooky creepers, I must head to bed. It's midnight here and 5:30 comes awful early.
Yeah, we're going a little later tonight than normal, so forgive me.
Rob O'Brien says, working on movies stink. Jack269 says, I'm sorry if some words come out weird. I have autism and I can't spell that well.
Okay. I may mock you, but it's not because you have autism. It's because I mock everyone.
He really, really does. Especially me.
Skin and Bone says, haha, go Medicare commercial on TV right now.
It's okay though, I kind of deserve it sometimes.
Skin and Bone says, this is what you were destined to do, Alan. Good
This is what I like doing this. Like, I feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Jesse Shear says, well put.
And all through this pandemic, I feel like I've made some very right choices in doing the lives and just making sure that there was positive, drama-free, real-world drama-free content. All the drama on our channel is created by Rue.
Dave Quintana says, when you're happy, it ain't working.
Yes, agreed.
Karen S. says, Alan is living his dream.
I really am. Like, this is, I like this crap.
Jack269 says, thank you, and thank you all in the comments. Captain Emoji says, I was destined to scare people over the phone.
Hooray!
Raymond Collections?
Yeah, now I want to know what you do for a living. If this guy winks at you, let me know,
Is
okay?
it like the
'Cause
1-900 thing?
if he is going to wink at you, I'm throwing him out.
He was just like staring into their soul.
He's so
I don't
happy.
think he's as happy as I wanted him to be.
Like this is a normal happy snowman, right?
Yeah.
This isn't sinister.
No.
Okay.
Jack269 says, hey, he winked. The snowman winked.
Never trust a shifty snowman.
Oh, wait. Rob O'Brien says, ha, that fool's dead if I have no soul. Dirty Santa says, I really appreciate the safe space you've created this crazy year. He's going in.
I know the camera's on me right now.
What are you talking about? What you doing, Rue?
Getting high.
Yeah, it's fun to fill a foam thing full of contact cement and then jump into it, isn't it?
Skin and Bone says, we don't call our haunts success unless it make the kids cry.
Right.
Happy Mojo says, remember the Freddy Krueger hotline? I'm the last employee.
That was a thing. Like, that really was a thing.
Jack269 says, you don't look that happy to me.
I got a birthday phone call once from Freddy Krueger where he wished me a happy birthday.
Creepy.
I got a He-Man one once.
He-Man wished you a happy birthday?
Yeah.
E.T. Maledicti says,
That was
Cozy's
pretty
Corner on the
awesome.
internet. Rob O'Brien says, hot box and contact cement.
Woohoo! And I
Baxter
also, the 1-900 numbers and that for like He-Man, come call and talk to He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that when I was a kid too.
Ah.
I got in big trouble.
Cat Swift says, happy snowman until Ellen drips some blood from its mouth.
Yeah, I'm not going to drip it. There's no, like,
This is
no
for a
blood.
happy snowman.
30% less blood on this snowman.
Brenda Miller says, went back to the other snowman video and the roots were referred to as root crap.
Yeah, root crap.
Dangly root crap.
Yeah, there's some root crap up there. I thought you wanted like a technical term, which I'm not your guy.
David Quintana says, I'm not going to put a caption on that picture. But he is going to screenshot. Skinner Bone says, wow, lucky that you, I guess, that you got a phone call from Freddie.
I think my aunt bought it.
Jack269 says, who'd you have to sacrifice to make this snowman?
Me?
Rue? Rue's back says it was Rue the whole time.
Suzette Brownlee says, you would love making stuff from Mardi Gras.
You know what? I would. I actually, I learned a lot of things from some guy who makes stuff for Mardi Gras, and he taught me the sticky paper trick. I've done videos on sticky paper, and I probably will do some big head masks in that style here soon.
Which guy is this?
His name's Donovan.
Oh. Okay. Different guy.
You got to pick up every stitch. Oh no, must be the season of the witch. Happen to Mojo says Venetian mask next bingo.
No, not next. I'm trying to stay themely here, kids. So I'll be doing Christmas stuff for a while.
Christmas. It's a Christmas stuff.
But January going into February.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Need to figure out.
Man, somebody needs to order an
Not be
epic Mardi
bleeding
Gras
so
headrest.
hard.
I would love that.
What's that?
Said someone needs to order an epic Mardi Gras headrest from me. I would love that.
And I am filling my little gap here that I had with hot glue, and then I'm pressing this fake snow into it to cover up said gappage.
Jack269 says, I love money growth.
Money growth?
Money growth?
Me too. Maybe Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
You know what? I like the concept. I never want to go there. That's entirely too many people. It's you know,
I'm the kind of person where I feel responsible when someone is making poor decisions.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, don't do
Right.
that there.
I can't go there. I can't do that.
I went to New Orleans for Mardi Gras once to street perform.
Yeah.
Worst plan ever. Because if you're gonna street perform in New Orleans, do it at a time when there's nothing else happening, and there's still tourists who come. But
And you know what? If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I hear.
That's the rule.
That lead guitar is hot, but not for a Louisiana man.
Nope. Jack, you
Dan and I
say
had a
this
whole
street
night
perform.
hanging out on Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street is the thing.
I'm not afraid of Bourbon
Not afraid of Bourbon Street.
Street. It was exactly the right kind of dirty. They don't even try they don't even try to lie about how dirty it is, not like Vegas.
No.
Vegas tries to say they're dirty, but it's really cleaned up. New Orleans,
They just don't care.
they don't care. They're not lying.
Warren Beauty says Mardi Gras sucks. Captain Mojo says Mardi Gras themed for my house. Finally some Candyman recognition. Yeah.
I like
Oh,
Candyman.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
You know, there's a new one coming
There is. I'm excited.
with Tony Todd.
Karen Dunn says we used to go to Mobile for Mardi Gras as kids. We'd leave with pillowcases full of moon pies. And we had moon pies all summer.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's a pretty common.
I was
throw.
at first I was appalled, then I became jealous, and then I kind of went back to appalled, and then I went back to jealous.
Ooh, moon pies. Mardi Gras moon pies.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I'm talking about. Suzanne Bradley says it's all about poor decisions on Mardi Gras. Anything goes.
And now I'm just misting some blue ink onto him in order to make him look and feel a little cooler.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for posting the link for my
Oh, that's hot. Woo!
Did it bite you?
How's that hot glue treating you?
It's hot. And how hot this
Jack 269 says, I meant I love Mardi Gras. We got you. Below says, it's all good, Jack, they caught it. Money growth passed for Mardi Gras. Cap Swift says, my kids went to New Orleans, a group of 16 the week before Mardi Gras, and had a great time. Everything decorated and clean, but no crowds. Yeah,
Decorated and
go-
clean? That happens?
Go hit Lundi Gras. Like the Monday before, there's still parades. You can still have a great time, but it's not nearly as crazy as Fat Tuesday.
We did, we went there for a trade show in January.
Yes, we did.
And it was end of January. And it was me and Bart Butler and Michael Edwards
Oh my god.
and, oh my gosh, who else was with us? I think Mike Square was with us that year. And I was driving around and I ended up accidentally, we got into a Mardi Gras parade.
Nice.
So we're in the van, and it's like, I pull up and I see like, okay, great, the street is closed, all these people are stopping, and this cop comes out and he goes, and he points at us and he does this, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go that way, and he turns the barrier and he puts me in and he put me right in the middle of the parade. I think he thought I meant to be in the parade. I did not.
That's awesome. Captain Mojo says those moon pies better still be in the wrapper. You don't know where those moon pies have been. They're individually wrapped.
One does not look a gift moon pie in the mouth.
Regularly Handsome says, I have nostalgic memories of Gremlins when I see one of those snowman masks. Hopefully Mrs. Deagle won't destroy yours if she finds it.
Stupid Mrs. Deagle.
Jesse Shear says, do you have a website to buy a mask, and how much do I get off for being a #1 fan?
Well, if you join our Patreon, there actually are discounts
There
that
will
we're
be
working
some
out.
discounts.
Yeah, so find out Wednesday, but StiltBeStudios.com is where you can buy masks from Stilt Beat Studios.
Jack269 says, anybody get a baby in their cake? Only in the king cake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
If you
Yeah.
don't get it, you probably ate it.
Gotta specify that.
Black Crab 27 says, hello everyone.
Hello, Black Crab.
The Low says, is it climbing over 11 p.m., still getting down with the Stilt Beat Studios? Only 9/11 here in Nevada.
Yeah, it's a little late for us.
Cat Swift says they were doing bachelor and bachelorette parties. Great rooms, no waiting at restaurants, just fun.
Ugh.
This is nice.
Rob O'Brien says, is it made for real babies? No, they're tiny little miniature babies.
It's a wee plastic baby.
Jack269 says, if you get a baby in your cake, it's good luck for a year. It's good luck for a year, and you have to buy the king cake next year.
Right. It's good luck for everybody else because you're buying a cake.
Oh, I missed king cake. I didn't get any this year because COVID.
I hate you, Alan.
What? What? What did I
Sorry,
do?
I can't even.
I get quiet and I hear Alan's feet creeping up on me.
Baba Daza says, so for the last few years at Christmas, I've been gathering all the wrapping paper, etc., that goes in the trash. I knew for a reason, but I couldn't remember specifically why.
Brew keeps practicing, but he's really no good at the WAP dance.
Oh, God. Jack269 says, I get the baby every freaking year. I always buy the king cake, so. Thank you, Scott Kohler, for sharing our shopping.
Thanks, Scott.
Happen Mojo says, buying a bunch of tamales for others isn't lucky.
Tamales. Tamales. Okay, what did Alan do? Alan, Jack Frost is done.
Jack Frost is done.
Grouch is done.
Grouch is done.
Krampus needs to be teased.
Baba Daza says, I was going home with
You're
huge
ugly and
bags
you
of
smell
trash.
bad.
And then I remembered when I watched an older video who gave me that idea for collecting the wrapping paper.
Hooray!
What?
Yeah.
All right, so explain, because I don't know.
Okay, so I did a video on making corpses like right after Christmas, and basically all those bags of wrapping paper, that was the stuffing. You know, you just collect all that, and then you can kind of recycle that stuff pretty well. The ribbon actually makes really nice flexible joints. You know, so there's a lot of options that you can do with the rubbish from Christmas.
The low says, what do you know about the lap dance, Alan?
Nothing. I know nothing.
Jack269 says, I love you people, you're so funny. Suzette Bradley says, Mardi Gras parades are canceled for next year. I mean, understandable.
Yeah,
Womp womp.
this is the year for disappointment. That's why you're watching me.
Realm says, if I go to sleep while watching you, good night, it's not because I'm not interested, it's because it's 12:15 here.
I hear you. I'm not long for this world. I'm probably going to sign off as soon as I get this guy done. Stacy, remember that comb that you were using to pick your Krampus hood stuff?
I believe I put it back in the phone.
Okay.
Least
David Quintana says, don't tease the Krampus. Sorry. Blackcraft27 says, I'm from Louisiana originally, and every year we get a king cake that always had the baby. I was always told whoever finds the baby buys the next year's king cake. And you get just luck. Yep.
Yeah, you
Jack,
can't just
deal.
stick you with the whole king cake thing.
Jack269 says, 2020, 2021, it's gonna rule.
Yeah.
Happening Mojo says, I know how to type WAP challenge into a search bar.
Oh my
Suzette
God.
Bradley says, this is why we watch you. Skin and Bone says, never a dull moment in the Still Beast studio. Stephen Martlew says, have you ever considered teaming up with Ed Edmonds for a live show? You both have a great sense of humor. It would be hilarious.
Ed is the master of puns. Now, Ed's a little far from me, but I would love to do something with Ed. Ed's the man.
Warby says, yeah, I got a jet. I'm sleeping and I work tomorrow morning. It's 12:15 here. Night all.
Good night.
And then we get to drive an hour home. Yay.
Whew. I'm teasing this Krampus,
Let
and
it go.
then I'm done. I'm kicking you all out.
Buy a car and
Fun. She's coming up here to do that though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I'll get all this done tomorrow. I'll get him all finished up. You've made great headway on it for me, Rue. I really appreciate that.
All that's left after I do this gusset is gussets, top and bottom on that one, and then of course melting over.
Okay.
And then snow.
I'll do snow. I'll do heat gunning.
Jack269 says 11:16 p.m. where I live.
Nice.
Sam's
Can you bring that over and show some folks?
Central Time Zone. Is it the zombie snail?
I literally took a picture of my hand in that position
Yeah.
and then traced it over the photo.
So I have to finish the snail part, but here's kind of a preview of where we're headed with the shirt. I got the zombie part made up. I just need to finish the snail.
Ooh, I have a preview. Should we show them the?
Yeah, show them.
Yeah. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Since we got you here, this is a special treat for the late night still.
For the late night still beasters.
Still Beast after dark.
It's not what you said.
Sure, we're all passed out. It's been a 16-hour day.
Lisa Arndt says, awesome. Jack 269 says, what time is it where y'all live? Same time as it is where you live.
It is 11:17 p.m. How do you know it's the same as where?
Because he said what time it was, where he lives.
We're a late night working crew.
Usually you've been kicked out an hour and some change ago.
Well, yeah, I was ready to cut us off at like 10 o'clock, but then Shannon brought over beverages at like 9:45, and I'm like, well, I'm not kicking them out now.
No.
Cat Smith says,
I don't want
yes.
to be inhospitable.
The Low says, it's pretty creative. I like the horns and snail eyes. Lisa Arndt says, awesome. Captain Emoji says 12:17 p.m. here. All right, so this is a special sneak preview for the Patreon, which is launching on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday is so there's going to be some special Patreon only access merch. There's going to be some t-shirts and stickers, and this is going to be the design.
One of them.
One of the designs. This is the hardcore creepers for the Patreon exclusive merch. So there you go. Baba Dust says, what? Zombie? Are you making a stuffed animal stand?
It's going to be the
Not a stuffed animal. It'll be a shirt.
zombie snail t-shirt.
Lisa Arndt says, love it. Skin Bone says, love it. Jesse Shear says, how often do you restock? All sold out.
Of what?
No say.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So if you tell me what you're talking about, then I can tell you how often we restock what we're talking about. I want to help you.
Blackcraft 27 says, that's a great design.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. You're talking to Stan, then thank you for Stan. You're talking to
If
me,
you're
thank
talking
you
to
for me.
Stacy, you're right. I just crafted some letters.
Oh, hey, that is the
You know we got
worst.
gloves, right? Just put it out there.
Who are you talking to?
Silly Stan, who does not hurt the love?
Andrew Rogers says, hey, everybody.
Hey, Angie.
Rob O'Brien says, Phyllis Diller Travis. Jesse Shear says, all your masks on your website. They say they're sold out.
No, they don't. They don't all say that. Yeah, they don't all say that. So, yeah, I don't know what you mean. Like, I can't look up on my phone, but yeah, like people ordered masks today.
Pat
So
Swift says, don't think I'll wear that shirt to work. Can you just imagine how many times I'd have to explain it?
That's half the fun.
yeah, exactly.
Is that the zombie snail or the hardcore creeper?
Creeper, yeah.
Either way.
Hardcore creeper.
Hardcore creeper. Mausoleum Stitch says, oh, that's so sick. Bobby Dawson says, oh my god, I love it, guys. Realm says, sorry to ask, but I guess I message retracted. Well, you see.
Dun, dun,
What
dun,
had
dun.
happened?
He was so sorry to ask. He didn't.
David Quintana says, good night, everyone.
Good night, David.
Night.
Good night.
I'm setting up my airbrush so that I can do a little bit of airbrushing on that guy real quick.
And for anyone who is worried about not wanting to wear a hardcore creeper shirt, there will be some other shirts and things going up on the for Patreon merch, Patreon exclusive merch. These are just our starting offering. Baba Dawson says, wicked cram.
So I'm on the Still Beast website. Nothing says it's sold out.
Okay.
Realm says, hi, sorry to ask, I guess I missed this. What is the Patreon? Sorry again.
So we're launching a Patreon for the channel. Patreon is a artist support platform that several people have asked me to do. This kind of was not my idea, but that it's a way for people to donate to the channel in order to support the content and make sure that we keep making content.
Rob O'Brien says, I'm off to bed. Good night, go make stuff.
It's a bribe. You guys are bribing me to make videos and stuff.
Cat Swift says, wearing it at the game store? Yes, but at Joann's, I don't think so. Maybe we'll make a special edition go make stuff shirt.
Have a better time at Joann's than I do.
Right? Blackcraft 27 says, I'm on vacation for a week, so now I get to binge watch Still Be streams. Also, Cat Swift, do they let you wear whatever you want at Joann's now? Because when I worked there, they didn't. Black Pepper says I'm on vacation for a week now, so I get to binge watch Sylvie streams.
Awesome.
Jack is having some issues with their keyboard, I think. Scrappy UK says Badass Francis Mask, love the eyes.
Thanks.
Tom Everett says I would love to hear what your best scare was that you've done in a haunt.
Oh, the best.
Oh, that's my real hair. Okay. Sort this out.
My best scare that I've ever done in a haunt.
Ooh,
I know, like how do you decide?
somebody had to have gotten hurt. I mean,
Well, for a while, my nickname was Ice Cream Truck because I scared a young lady. I scared her from the front of Skull Kingdom. She ran across Skull Kingdom's property, across IHOP's property, into the street, and was hit by an ice cream truck. So another actor runs out and asked if she was okay, and she said her arm was hurt, and he gave her his cold can of Dr. Pepper and said, "Here, put this on your arm." And then he immediately comes back to me and says, "You owe me a Dr. Pepper." And then went yeah, so ice cream truck. That was a fun one.
my best one of all time was I had a woman coming. So we were where we weren't supposed to be. First off, the haunted house I was working at was next door to a Spirit Halloween store. Well, said Spirit Halloween store, we used to get ready before the haunt and go over and mess around in the spirit because they would let us. And I was in a full mummy, head to toe, hand wrapped, full foam face prosthetic, glass eye in one eye. It was really, really, really detailed. So I used to just do the whole freeze in front of the door and then start moving. Well, a woman pushing one of the two baby strollers with her twins in it came into the store. I came alive. She screamed, left the twins, and ran out into the parking lot. She still wouldn't come get her babies from me as I was trying to bring them back to her. So that's my favorite one. When you make a mother abandon her children, you have won.
So Casper says I wear my Go Make Stuff shirt at Joann's because it's black and lime and my apron covers the front logo. They like the slogan on the back. The Low says, quick question about the crew. Employees, friends, creatives who wanted to hang out until nearly midnight? I'm kind of new to the channel, just wondering what is truly going on behind the scenes here.
All of the above.
Now it's my Einstein costume. So, yes, what we do is I hire my friends, number one. But yeah, we all work together, and
I guess you can tell them what we do.
it's a business. Like, I'm making masks and costumes for haunted houses. So, because I charge for those, that is income, and then I pay people to help me make them. Because other people have specialties that I can sew, but I can't sew as good as Stacy. I can muddle my way through the computer enough to work the laser cutter, but I can't do it as well enough as Stan. And me and Rue pretty much do a lot of the same stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Rue's a very nice person. Yeah.
We are all shop monkeys.
No, Rue's business card says Haunted House Swiss Army Knife, so Rue can do a lot of the same stuff that I do. I might have been doing it a little bit longer than Rue, but yeah, Rue also makes stuff. Rue also does.
We all also work at Dark Hour.
Yeah, we all work at Dark Hour together. So this is a business, and I believe in helping others, give them a little piece of the pie, you know what I mean? So I try to do that. You know, there's some products that Rue's involved with, and when they sell, he gets a cut, and, you know, Stacy makes her things, and she sells in my booth, and yeah, I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship. Well, I believe.
She says most YouTube, or the Low says most YouTubers are on a solo journey.
Yeah, that's fair. This is my business, and I happen to film it.
This isn't. I'm not doing a YouTube channel in hopes to get rich from doing YouTube. I have a business that makes interesting content for YouTube. If that makes sense.
Anthony Patano says
That's just
people
skinny
might
with
take
us
hardcore
for a bit.
creeper differently than you think. Yep. Like we know.
What's that?
People might take hardcore creeper differently than you think.
Yeah,
Oh,
It does have the website on the back.
that's the hope. Extra pat downs at the airport.
Skin and Bone says true story about the Dr. Pepper can.
Oh, absolutely.
And E.T. Maledicti says I'll never be able to look at Dr. Pepper the same.
And that actor later became a body painter, and it is Nix Herrera, who was on Naked Vegas, who was on Face Off. Yeah, Nix Herrera.
Angie Rogers says, can't wait to join Patreon. I do it for channels I really love, and yours is my all-time favorite. Watch out.
Very kind, thank you.
Lisa Art says, love the gray hair, nice touch. Baba Dawson says, that's pretty tough to beat, Rue. Awesome. Lisa Art, when you had it pulled off the back of your head, it's hard to take it seriously at this moment.
Yeah.
Skin and Bone says, hair matches your beard, Alan. What a legacy you will leave, Alan.
second favorite scare of all time was actually an entire weekend at Transworld, working for Ed Edmonds at Distortions Unlimited.
Oh, God, yeah.
And doing the Shocktronic, because scaring people that own haunted houses
It's hard.
underneath fluorescent lights in the middle of the daytime is something to be proud of.
So, gang, we are going to wrap up for the day. Rue, just put a fork in it.
Yep.
Let's wrap up and wind down, and let's get out of here for the night.
We holler Stan home.
Stan, come and say goodnight.
I think the compressor's on. Baba Dawson says, wait, you make masks, Alan? You ever think about selling them?
Get out of here, you.
Miriam Creative Entertainment says, what year did you start doing haunted stuff, or was it something different? What was your first build starting out?
So the first year that I did a haunted house was 1986. I was 10. I've acted in a haunt every year since then. This year was the longest, the least amount of days I acted in a haunt. I only acted 3 nights because COVID. But I really started working in the industry seriously in 1995. I had a company in 1998 making things for haunted house, selling things at Transworld and 2 other haunted houses. So yeah, long time. I do this stuff. I like it.
The Low says, to Stacy, I'm a designated driver. I've been here for a few hours. Listen, had
Yeah.
drink, and it was mostly like mixer.
Let's not discuss the drink.
That was like an hour ago.
That was different.
Trying to stay monetized on YouTube, guys. All right, Rue, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. I didn't say good night.
Stacy, say goodnight.
Good night.
Stan, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody who is new who joined us tonight, thank you for enduring the craziness. More of these masks and costumes. I'll probably take pictures tomorrow and show them. You guys are awesome. Good night, everybody. I say good night, and I say go make stuff.
Darn